place on fire. Let's get high. Welcome to another crime scene.
What's good? What is good? What's good, everybody? What is good? My ass is sleepy and shit. I just had to say that, get it out of the way. I'm tired. All right. I had overtime this morning. I had to take my hair out, wash it, do it. I'm tired, but whatever. We're gonna talk this boxing. I know that. I got some shit to say. You know what I'm saying? I wish some fighters cut it the fuck out. Cut the shit short. We're going to go ahead and talk about it, though. We're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about it today. I need to do something about my lighting in here, see how it is. I need to do something about it. I'm going to fix it, though. I'm going to take my shit over there. But for now, because I could barely see myself. Salute to you, Mike Biggs, Box in the corner, boss up in the house. Salute to you. What is good with you? Salute to you, Mike. What is good? Pop, what's good? What's popping with you? Salute to you, Crush. What's good? TWT is in the building. Kamar, definitely appreciate that, yo. Definitely appreciate that. I gave Tank his own intro. He needed that shit. He needed it. Definitely deserved that shit. Salute to you, Roderick Thompson. Salute, definitely. First Lady Almighty LDBC. We up in this joint. We just up in here. I'm going to try not to miss no more Saturdays, too, yo. It's harder said than, it's harder done than said, but, we're going to try to rock with it. Salute to you, Shogun. 76 Kiss My Converse is in the building. Salute to you, TD Sports Talk. Hashtag Bronx in the building. What is good with you, sir? Corner Boss is in the building. Sheldon LDBC or nothing. What it do? Salute to you, Kai Will. What is good? Salute. What up? Terror Squad. Sound good. You look great. Yo, we gonna rock. I'm gonna take it over there though, because this shit is bothering me. And it's more light over there anyway. Salute to you, Leon Robinson. What is good? Glad you called me. Marilyn Paul, what is good with you? Salute, Queen. Salute, Shade Girl 86. Been a little minute. Hope all is well. Hope you had great holidays. On to bigger and better things this 2024. See how they do me? I didn't even know what that was for, yo. It just sounded funny when he said it. You know, Sheldon be funny as shit. Hold on. Hold on to your love. Hold on. I should have kept it over here. This is where I was at first. You know what I'm saying? All right. My chart. I feel like I stepped on a children's toy just now. What the hell was that? Oh, it's a hanger. Still a little messed up, but it's all right. We good. We're gonna rock. We're gonna rock with it. Hold on. Wait. All right. Let me get my little... my cellular phone. Yeah, I should have just kept it all over yonder. That's what I should have done. Big. Let's see to charge up my my computer. Shit. Okay. Sorry for the interruption. Get me a lamp and put it back over there so I won't have all of this in my face and stuff. But hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Like Marshall off the Brady Bunch. Hi, everybody. All right, where we at? Salute to you, Jared. What is good with you? Salute 011's green in the building. Yeah, I seen you before. You've been in here before. Salute to you, Talib Cunningham. What is good with you? Salute. It was all good. I hope you had a great holiday. Also, it was chill. It was chill. Now I'm hot, but it's all good. We're gonna rock with it. I know they got the fight supposed to be coming on at 5:30. I believe that's like an undercard or whatever, and like the main event card is supposed to start at 10, like 4 or 5 hours after that. Excuse me, or some shit like that. So I'm not gonna stress like the first hour of ESPN. If somebody good come on there, then I'll turn on ESPN on my phone and call it. But for now, nah. I wanted to play first. I wanted to play the interview first because I want to just get down to the shit. I want to get down to Tevin Farmer's shit. It's a lot to say about Teofimo. It's a whole lot to say about that, man. Like to break down. And then he did another live that they premiered talking all types crazy. Like, bro, he sounds like it's 3 of them or 5 of them. Y'all ever seen that movie called Whatever Happened to Wednesday or something like that? It was like a movie and it was all identical sisters. There were 5 of them, but it was in a time where you only could have one child. So all of them act like they were the same sister. So if one of them had broke their finger and amputated their finger, all of them would have to get their finger cut in the same spot by their father. Like Teo just seems like it's 5 of him, and like all of them come out to do interviews one by one and shit. And all of them have their own personality and say their own shit. Like, it's ridiculous. Teo said that he's black from the waist down. He said he's representing all the cultures. I didn't even write the stuff down that he said, man. Like, if Teo would be hilarious if only you didn't know who he was talking about. If only you didn't know who he was. You know what I'm saying? That shit wild as a motherfucker, ain't it, man? Yeah, that's that movie Crazy as shit. And that's who Teo is. Teo is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday Teo. It's 5 different Teos. That's why you got one of them that don't promote drinking or smoking. You got another one that talk about that actually smokes hookah and talks about Bud Light. and vodka. He came out with his own vodka. That's the second one. You got the third T.O., the T.O. we knew before he beat Lomachenko. All right. The fourth T.O. is the T.O. now. You know what I'm is the T.O. after Lomachenko. And the fifth T.O. is the T.O. that's talking about he's representing all the cultures. He's black from the waist down. He don't know why people say racist. Just because I said you can keep the black fighters. I'm black. I'm a black fighter. Bro, you cannot be everything. And then he turned around and then said he mad that they turned him to a Honduras fighter. Bruh, you just said you're all cultures. And then turned around and said, I'm going to change my religion or my culture to something else. Like, bruh, like, in the biggest thing about T.O., and I know y'all know it, like the movie, like the shit. What's that movie called? Like all T.O. do is steal people catchphrases, bro. All he do is steal people snaps. That is all he do is steal people shit. Salute to you, Jay. What is good with you? That's all he do. He got pics of Honduras, bruh. I'm just saying. I can't wait either, Crush. I cannot wait. Salute to you, Felix Nunez. What's good with you? Salute. Yeah, he acts like he on some shit too. Yeah, T.O. just like clout chase close to his fights. That's a fact. He do, yo. He is ignorant as hell, and he basks in the ignorance, but act like he's smart as shit. Like that's the worst thing in the world is for somebody to act like they're above you, and for real, you just stole pieces of a bunch of people to make yourself and shit. Like, bro, how can you have a personality and all you're doing is stealing people catchphrases and shit? Like him and Ryan just sitting there talking about the Lion King. Ryan was talking about there's jewels in the Lion King. You have his ass talking about T.O. talking about Spider-Man. Like that was like he learned so much. It was an educational film or some shit. Like, bro, I know you can tell. Like, you know the movie The Other Guys with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg? How the boss just kept quoting TLC, but he kept acting like he wasn't quoting TLC. And they kept saying, yo, this is like the third time you quoted TLC. Come on now. They was upset. They were getting upset. He was like, yo, you don't remember, you don't know what you're doing? You keep quoting TLC. He was like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. That's T.O., bro. Stop quoting people. You quoting everybody's shit, but just acting like it's yours. Stop stealing everybody's lines, man. Where's your real person? Who are you for real? This motherfucker just steal people lines. That's all you just is steal shit. You're a culture vulture. If there was a definition, if there was a picture of a culture vulture, it'll be his ass. The picture when he was like this, all beat up. That's you. You're a culture vulture like a motherfucker. We got J-Lo. Yeah. You're a culture vulture like shit. How you gonna say you represent all cultures? I don't even know if you know what you were saying. There's nobody. I don't think there's one person for real that respects everybody's culture. Like it's some people that do some nasty shit in their culture. It's some things that it's some, come on now. Like you're all over the place, T.O. You can't say you're a black fighter after saying Top Rank can keep the black fighters. You weren't talking about yourself. Like, bro, he's a habitual line stepper. And it's like nobody's telling him nothing. I really want him to have an interview with a real one. He have interviews with women that don't know boxing and men that kiss his ass. Period. There's no in between. Like somebody real need to interview him and check him when he says some stupid shit. Like, bro, and I know it's never going to happen. And he sit and talk about politics. Bro, they don't even give you a real interviewer every time. Every time, man. It's so much to say about him, though. I didn't really listen to the whole. I listened to people lives and stuff, but I really didn't even listen to his whole interview. I haven't sat and listened to his interview from beginning to end. I can't. I have to be prepared. I have to sit down and really want to listen to it. Like I'll tap out of that interview 7 minutes in it, man. It's ridiculous. The stuff that come out of his mouth is ridiculous. And okay, He could say whatever he want about Terrence Crawford and all of that stuff, bruh. He's known to talk about a lot of fighters that he don't want to fight. Devin Haney, for one. You talk about him all the time, but never in a sense that you want to fight him. You talk about him like he's not a good fighter, and that's it. If he wasn't a good fighter, he wouldn't be in your lips all the time. He's always in your lips. You always talking about Devin Haney, but you never want to fight cuz. So it's like, you sound like you scared of this motherfucker. You sound like you want somebody else to beat him first. But if y'all gonna be in the weight class, regardless if you got an L or not, sorry, boo-boo, you already got an L. When you fought Lomachenko, he had an L. Even if Devin Haney lose, doesn't mean you off the hook, bro. You still need to fight him. What you keep talking about that for? His energy is all over the place and it's been whack for like 5 years now. Salute to you, product NYC. What's good? What you been a little minute? Spence versus Crawford 2 not happening. Don't look like it, but I'm gonna tell you this. This ain't nothing new to me. Has Terrence Crawford always act like he didn't want the fight? This isn't new to none of us. You know what I'm saying? If he got a contract, if he's in contract to fight and he look like he's probably going to be out of contract because of how long Errol Spence is out, and then that can be the 100% fact on why the fight ain't happening. But Terrence Crawford never really wanted to fight Earl in the first place. I'm talking about before they fought. He really didn't want to fight Earl in the first place. He didn't think Earl was the guy. He thought Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman, them two were the guys. Like, so he didn't care about fighting Earl in the first place. We pushed that fight and made him continuously to talk about Earl because people kept asking him about Errol Spence. So he had to keep talking about it to a point where he got mad and said he don't even need Errol Spence and all this shit. He went from not caring to saying he don't need to just straight up trolling and dissing Earl in a matter of years because people just didn't shut up about it. He didn't want to fight Errol Spence. It came to be that he had all the titles and Terrence had won. So it was like, why not? And even then he said, let's roll a dice and let fate decide who's the A side. Even then, he asked for extra money. Even then, he made the fight prolong, I believe, 2 years or a year and a half at least. It could have happened before it happened. He didn't want to fight him anyway. So if he come out and say fight, if he come out and actually just say the fight is off, that's typical Bud. But he said, oh, I'm glad it's over or whatever. Bro, it's typical Bud to me. Like, he's did this shit so many times and told us in so many words. He just chose these words this time. He been told us in so many words that the fight ain't going to happen. This is the second fight, and he don't care about the second fight. He been expressed that he didn't care about the rematch after he fought him in the first fight. He expressed it in so many ways. He talked about all the weight classes but 147. When Errol Spence was brung up for the rematch, he talked about 147. Like, come on. You could tell he don't want to fight Earl. He don't care. And just like I said years ago, probably 2 years before the fight happened, if Earl and Bud ever fight, Bud fuck around and retire after that fight. I said that shit. And yeah, he looking for a fighter he ain't never gonna get. Canelo's not going, and it's obvious Canelo's not going to fight him. It could be a list of reasons why Canelo's not going to fight him. I know it's a few, but one main reason is who the fuck do Canelo fight that asks to fight him immediately? Canelo gonna make you wait until he want to fight you, and when he want to fight you, it's gonna be a week or 2 months, a month out this. It's gonna be like 3 weeks and a half. You gonna have to train for Canelo and make that fight, or he gonna get somebody else. That's it. He gonna do you like you do everybody else. And that's one thing I said about Terrence Crawford a while ago, bro. Last year, like, bro, matter of fact, I said that shit way before that, bro. He think he's special. All right, he think things that happen to other fighters shouldn't happen to him. He think he's different. He think he's in a different category. As far as boxing, sure, but all reporters and fans treat all fighters the same way, man. After you beat one person that everybody said they want you to fight, it's always going to be another person that we want you to fight. Stop acting like your work is done and we got to leave you alone. Bro, honestly, only wanted him to fight Sean Porter because he didn't fight Earl Spence. He could have just fought Earl Spence. None of us would have said shit about Sean Porter, to be honest. We just wanted to see him fight Earl. Tell the truth. If he would have fought Earl when we wanted him to in 2020, he would have had to fight Boots. One of them would have had to fight Boots. But it just didn't happen like that. Salute to you, Tay Brown. What is good with you, queen? What is happening with you? Tay, the real queen of MMA talk. TWT is in the building. What is good with you? The messenger 215. Salute to you. Thank you. Definitely appreciate you, girl. I know, my hair grows fast. I want to get a cut again. Salute you. Salute to you, Andre Noble. What is good with you? Salute to you. Definitely glad you called me today. Salute to you, NBA D Nice. What is good with you? Yeah, you rinsed up. But yeah, man, I just think, I'm not tripping on the fight on Earl versus Bud. I said I don't think Earl can beat Bud, and everybody should be absolutely fine with that, yo. He's not second to a bum. He's second to Terrence Crawford. Terrence is a great fighter, bro. He could be third because you got Boots. Still, don't take from who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, people really need to slow their roll. Stop getting so upset and emotional over words. You got the fight. If you didn't show that anger after you seeing how the fight played out, then why are you showing it now just because he gave you a reason? And this right here is, it's like you can't win for lose it if you Earl Spence in this position. Salute to you, Dub V. The risk versus reward didn't match up to fight Boots for either Spence or Crawford. That is correct. That is correct. But if back then, at the time when they could have fought, the first time it brought up that they could have fought and there was no holding back from either promotional companies for either fighter, and they would have fought, I believe, in 2019 or 2020, one of them would have fought Boots. That's what I honestly think. That. Yeah. That's how I feel about it, though. But when it comes to this situation, yeah, Earl Spence always been a truthful person. He is the truth. It's a breath of fresh air when it comes to the sport. And yes, he never makes excuses. But man, this is a lose-lose situation when you're injured or something's wrong with you and you fight and you just got to eat all types of bullshit. And my honest opinion, it's not an excuse if something's really wrong with you. It's an excuse if he said, man, I just couldn't get the weight down, you know what I'm saying? And I went in there dehydrated and lethargic and shit. That sounds like an excuse. When I heard that Shakur Stevenson had injuries or whatever, and they didn't know if he was going to fight, brings me kind of up to this Kevin Weeks or Tony Weeks situation. Like, why do y'all keep letting fighters that's injured fight just for the sake of the card? That's politics, that's money, that's, whatever. That's a different conversation. But at the same time, when you hear that come from the promoter, come from Bob, come from the fighter, come from the friends, that he was injured, he was sick, he was this and this, that, it gives you a reason to be like, okay, well then it wasn't the fighter that made him look like that. That's where the anger is coming from when it comes to Bud and Bud's fans. They don't want to accept that, but you've seen it with your eyes, and Bud know, because he got the inside scoop of what the fans don't. Him saying that something was wrong with him is not an excuse that he lost the fight. That's not an excuse. He would have said that shit. He would have said it. He would have said, man, I lost that fight because I needed cataract surgery or something along the lines. He said, man, he joked around. He's put some laughing emojis in there, but he said, that's why I got hit with so many lefts and rights. That's not saying he was going to win that fight. He's not saying if his eye was good, he was going to win. That's not what he said. I hear him say that. But you're in a lose-lose situation. So Earl Spence is going to have to just eat 1 million people probably saying that he needs to retire or he's on drugs or he was this and he was that. He need to just eat that for the rest of his life and not say shit about what was wrong with him. Y'all can't even do that. You think somebody rich can do that? That's still in the public eye, still got to go out there and talk on microphones, still got to show his face, still got to fight? Are y'all serious? I think y'all are holding him to a standard y'all won't even hold yourself to. And it's not an excuse. How about if y'all wasn't even fighting and y'all went to y'all was outside shooting around and somebody put some money on a free throw shot and you was like, yeah, man, I'm on my way to get my eye fixed. My eye's fucked up. Oh, you got excuses, bro. It's a shooting contest and my eye's fucked up. Is it an excuse or not? It's over. It's not like I won. I lost. And yeah, the timing of it is messed up. But the thing is nobody knows exactly the ins and outs of his surgery and what was wrong with his eye. When it comes to stuff like that, yeah, it does produce over time. So maybe at the time it didn't. Maybe at the time it did. But a lot of people, a lot of fighters, I should say, hold off surgeries. I don't know why. Even Bud said he needed 3 surgeries. You heard Gary Russell said he needed a surgery since the amateurs. That's when his shoulder went out when he fought Mark Masayo. All in fucking 13 years ago, you needed a surgery. Fighters do stuff like that. Turned what down for? Boots turned it down for. So turn what down? What are you talking about? I know Boots is saying you can send a contract now. To be honest, man, listen. Just because Boots beat Earl, this is what I've been saying about everybody. You don't become nobody just because you beat him. This ain't a video game. It's not a movie. You're not going to get all his fans. People are not going to magically start coming to see you. None of that's going to happen. And I said Bud was feeling himself ever since this win, and that's cool. But it don't change the fact that you're not a draw. You want a big money fight. And the people you want to fight got other bigger money fights. You're not going to get them fights. Bud's biggest money fight lies with Earl Spence and Boots, period. Like, it's nobody else. Tio. Them the only people looking to fight his ass in 2024. And he said he trolling typical Terrence Crawford, saying that he going on vacations all year round. So who really gives a shit? I don't care about this fight. I cared about the first one. And I stopped caring about the first one, 2 years into the bullshit? Flip and let fate decide who's A side. Let's flip a coin. Let fate decide who's A side. His business practices is pretty disgusting. In my opinion, it's a lot of people that got their millions in a bad way. So regardless if you rich or not, don't make no difference to me. I don't want to see you fight. I don't think you're that entertaining. Congratulations on all your victories and your success and your accolades in the sport. But you didn't become Earl Spence. And the people you're calling for have bigger fights with other people that have bigger audiences than you do. You have T.O., Earl Spence, Boots. You can retire today and leave me 100% right for the last 3-4 years that you were going to retire after Earl Spence. I knew you was, because you don't have nothing else to do in the sport. You kept saying that you can retire right now. People don't talk like that that's not thinking about retiring. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what basketball star talks about retiring that's not thinking about retiring? Who does that? What NFL star? He's not a regular fighter. He's a star. He's not a big star as far as audiences, but he's a great fighter and accomplished a lot in the sport. Why would you talk about retiring when it comes to fighting one person if you didn't think about retiring? That's what I'm saying. Like, but it doesn't make any sense. Tio wants that smoke. Right. Entertain it. And you know what? People probably both of them don't know how to sell tickets. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I honestly think his biggest money is with Earl Spence 2. People will watch that fight. Earl Spence 2 and then Boots. If you only gonna fight 2 fights, those are your 2 fights, bro. If you're not gonna fight Earl Spence, bro, entertain Boots until or entertain Boots and retire. If you beat Boots, bro, I'll give you 1,000% credit. Only if Boots come in that fight looking like any version that we've seen before. He don't got to be 100. Any version of Boots that we've seen before. It can be the version of Boots that we've seen versus Karen. I don't care. If you beat him, you'll get all the credit in the world. All the credit in the world. Can't nobody say shit. When it comes, like, nobody, you can't tell me that anybody is on the same level as he is. And I'm not talking about skill. When it comes to Boots, nobody got named what they named him. Nobody. And nobody disagreed. Do you understand? No, that never happened in my opinion. I don't know one time that's ever happened when somebody got a nickname and everybody agreed on it immediately. No disagreeing whatsoever. Not even by fighters. Nobody. They named that boy a cheat code. And at the time when he was named a cheat code, who did he fight? Who was on his record? Who was on his resume? Nobody. Did he answer all the questions? No. Did he have all the boxes checked? Did we know everything? No. But people, old media, new media, fighters, and everybody alike that knows shit about boxing was like, that man is a cheat code. Why? How, Sway? How did he get it and nobody else did? You didn't say that shit about nobody. Nobody said that about Bud. Nobody ever said that about Bud. And Boots didn't fight nobody when he got named that. Nobody. How come? You got David Benavidez, David Morrell got 8-9 fights or something like that. Well, he needs to, we don't know. We don't know if he can do this, he could do that. I was telling people, man, I'm looking at him like the glass half full, not half empty. They're like, bro, we don't know if he could do this. We don't know if, bro, how? How come everybody's held to the same standard but Boots? Boots is the only one that don't need to fight nobody. No checks need to put. What you said, that eye test was good enough for every damn body. And nobody disagreed. Nobody made a video like, bro, this is hype. He's hype. No fighter in his weight class was like, man, he ain't this. Nobody did that. Even when Blair Cobbs went up there, even every time he talk about him, he talk about him like he a giant and he a peon trying to fight Goliath. Every time he talk about him. That's what it sounds like to me. He don't got the same energy out of his voice, the tone, the verbal, the language, the things that he say, the things that how Blair talk. He talk like that about everybody but Boots. He does not talk like that when it comes to him. He talk about himself like, yeah, I was a shit in Philly, but he don't say he ain't shit. I've never heard nobody say he's not a cheat code. When? Where's it at? Salute to you, the Jab Jamboree. What is good with you? Salute, act. Salute, what's good with you? Albamet LDTV, what is good with you? Definitely appreciate that. Canelo would do more for Bud's resume than Boots. That is correct. More money, more impressive. Yeah, I'm just saying Canelo's not going to fight him. I'm just saying Canelo not going to fight him. I agree with everything you just said. I don't think Canelo make everybody. Canelo is just high and mighty as a motherfucker. Higher than Bud. He's high and mighty too. Yes, he got a clothing line of night pajamas he wear out in public around thousands of people. He's high and mighty. He gonna give you a contract, and the fight is gonna take place in a month. You got 28 days, and people take it. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody's dying for a fight with this man. He's making everybody wait. I personally don't think he's gonna fight Terrence Crawford. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it won't be a big fight, it won't be a good fight, it won't be more money. Of course it will, because Canelo's more established. Canelo got a whole country behind him. I'm not stupid. I'm just saying I don't think he's going to fight him. Salute to you, Flawless Mentality. What is good with you? What's good? What's popping? Y'all know it's a lot that I can say about that. I'm trying to make this not to make this a 2-3 hour live. I'm trying to get out this joint an hour and a half so we can enjoy all of these fights on this undercard. There might be some pretty good talent, some new talent we haven't seen yet on this undercard, and I believe it's 1 or 2 good fights on there as well. But Monster versus Neri is supposed to happen. And I thought Neri was banned in Japan in 2018. I had a reminiscence of that. I remember somebody made a video, and I'm sorry I can't remember who it was, but Japan reinstated Neri for this undisputed title fight in May in Tokyo versus Monster Inoue. The Japan Boxing Commission went from indefinite to reinstate Neri just for this fight. So Cuzzo got some pull over there. Monster got some pull over there, and they is deep as shit. I think Neri's looking for a money fight. He definitely found it. He's in a good position because he's a name down there in that weight class, and Monster's down there trying to do a tear and beat everybody's ass down there in that weight class. So that's what's going to go down. My problem, Neri's is entertaining fighter. But his defense, like, he don't have good defense. You know what I'm saying? His defense ain't good enough, in my opinion, to last 12 rounds with Monster. And I think Monster will get him out of there in less than 10, probably 8 rounds. No bullshit. Just because he don't have the defense to go with it. You know what I'm saying? What time these fights start? Tonight, I believe the fight it's 2 undercards. I believe the real fight undercard start at 10. But there's an undercard to the undercard, I believe, probably starts right now or probably in a few minutes on ESPN Plus, I believe. But Kid Austin and JoJo, they were supposed to fight each other, but I believe the fight is canceled. Oops. Somebody said that the fight was canceled or whatever. I don't know why, but excuse me. It's on now. Yeah, already started. Okay, bet. Tell me when somebody good, a name come on there, and I'll pull it up. But yeah, JoJo supposedly pulled out of the fight if the fight isn't happening for some reason. But I wanted to read something that Herkovich said. Okay, here it is. Herkovich said, I heard that, and I quote, he said, and I quote, I heard that Joseph Parker wants to fight me in March of Joshua Ngannou undercard. So I'm very happy to hear that. I accept your offer, Joe. Let's do it. Let's go, baby. Let's get down. Let's get down to business. See you soon. And the winner of this fight, that's in a quote, but the winner of this fight is supposed to get AJ in the summer. That's what they've been saying on these boxing logs and websites and shit. Where do you rank Inoue on the pound for pound? I think Inoue is a great fighter. Okay, let me say that first. Because what he does with his hand wraps is frowned upon here, and he never fought here. And the problem is people keep saying about some drug testing, and he refused to take it, and that's why he won't come here. I don't put him on my pound for pound list. People might think, it's a bad thing, but I don't really have a pound for pound list. But if I did, he wouldn't be top 10 because he has yet to fight one time over here and undergo the same stresses that the rest of the boxers face or whatever. But besides from that, if I would put him on my pound for pound list, I don't know, 5, 6, something like that. Something like that. But if Herkovich fight Joseph Parker, because that's what it says right here. I knew Joseph Parker. I knew Wilder. Well, actually, I don't know that. I'm not gonna go there. But Herkovich versus Joseph Parker, man. If they fight each other, I got Herkovich. I think Joseph Parker really looked good because of Wilder's performance his last fight. I still believe that Andy Ruiz beat him in his hometown. I still remember the Joseph Parker that I seen versus Joe Joyce. I'm going to go, salute to you, hola, salute to you, Picasso. I'm going to go with Herkovich by stoppage. You understand? By stoppage. Herkovich is a really good fighter, man. I just need to see him against somebody else because I really thought that he lost that fight versus Big Bang Zang. All right, I want to play this interview from Tevin Farmer. Okay, I want to play this interview from Tevin. It's like a little less than 20 minutes long. I should go back to making videos about interviews and playing playing interviews and dissecting them. That's what I should do. 2 minutes. All right, so I'm gonna play this. Actually, it's 10 minutes long. I'm gonna play this interview, and then I'm gonna play something that kind of tears his bullshit apart. All right, I got receipts. I got a receipt from 6 years ago that says Tevin Farmer's full of shit. All right, where are the use? I don't know. What's the UC fights? The undercard fights? It should be if it's not on ESPN, it's probably on YouTube somewhere. Top Rank probably. Top Rank YouTube. Cause salute to you, Miss Joette. What's good with you? All right.
You will acknowledge you, and with that, what would have been the like if you went to court, like it was just wasting money. I feel like. Okay, but obviously, things played out. Joe Cordina is not the one that has that title, and I'm assuming like that's the number one target that you're getting for.
Joe Cordina.
That's what I'm gunning for. Joe Cordina. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm gunning for. I gotta get that belt. Gotta go get that. There's 4 belts, so I'm just assuming like that's because like you feel like that's the rightfully yours. And that's rightfully mine. What do you think of him as a fighter? I think he's good. I think Joe Cordina is good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I think he's good. I think he's good. And there's obviously words like great and what's good is that perfect word. He's not great. He got a long way to go to be great. He only got 17 fights, so it's like he got a long way to go to be great. I wouldn't even say great. He haven't done enough in the sport to say great, but he's definitely at a world champion level. With the 4 belts that are 4 different champions. Do you think he's the best of the 4, or is that's just the rightfully your belt?
You're gonna say something stupid, so let me fast forward.
Not average fighters, but I mean, Foster 25, Lamont Roach 25. Yeah, 25. Yeah, I think they all until they fight each other or have a big fight to stand out from the rest. I would give them all. I think they're all on the same level. Seeing that Navarrete looks like he's probably trying to jump up to fight maybe Shakur Stevenson. Yeah. Or simply the fact that Oshiki Foster might do a unification with Navarrete. Which one do you think is going to be the biggest fight, I guess, out of all these guys? Market-wise. Mm-hmm. It's hard to say. I got this headset dying on me right now.
Hold on.
I think me and Navarrete probably the biggest fight.
Navarrete.
All right, there you go. I heard everything you said. So yeah. Now I have to pull up this hit list that you got, right? Pull it up. 6 days ago, right? Yeah. There's a lot of names. Obviously, we talked about Joe Cordina. That's obviously the guy with the belt. But there's these other guys. Like there's a Josh Warrington. Yeah. Kid Galahad. Ali Wood. And then these two are real interesting to me. Jamel Herring and Gary Russell Jr. Yeah. So let's talk about those guys. Opposed to
all right. That's his hit list that he put out. Okay. Josh Warrington is 31-3-1. Okay. And he's 33 years old. You got Kid Galahad, which is listed inactive. He's 28-3. And he's 33 years old. You got Lee Wood, which is 28-3, which is 35 years old. And you got Jamel Herring, which is 24-4 and 28 years old. And then Gary Russell, inactive, 35 years old, 31-2. Okay. What's evident is all of these motherfuckers is in their 30s. All of them got losses. You know what I'm saying? That's who he want to fight. And I just want to say that before I continue on with this video. Okay. With this interview. We got like 6 more minutes.
The champions. I mean, because there's a reason why you put these guys opposed to those guys on that list. Just assuming, like, is there any other reason? I was trying to go after people with names. You know, I need some names in my resume. I want some names in my resume, and I think these guys are the guys that really can fight. And I think that these guys got names, and I think these fights are quite not easy, but I think they are doable. I think they can be made. Some fights nowadays is far reach, but I think these fights can be made. Man, Jamel Herring already spoke about fighting each other. Man, Gary Russell already talked about each other. So these fights can be made. It's not like they can't be. So, and these guys can fight. They got names. Obviously, Josh Warrington, Lee Wood, and them over there, they big from over in the UK where they from, and they can fight. So you know, I'm just gonna after the top dogs, man, at my weight division.
How are they top dogs?
When you look,
tell me how these motherfuckers top dogs, yo. How are they top dogs? He said Josh Warrington, Kid Galahad, Lee Wood, Jamel Herring, and Gary Russell. How are they top? How are they top dogs? And some of them inactive, got losses. This guy on Devin Haney playing, want to fight all old people. Yo, Kid Galahad is not that, bro. He is not that. Some people will argue that Gary Russell can beat everybody on your damn list, but he hasn't fought nobody in 2 years. And counting, probably 3 years. Jamel Herring just had a fight. I believe where Josh Warrington had a fight too. Warrington probably be the most exciting fight out of all of the people that's on his list. just because Warrington is a bully, he come forward, throw a lot of punches, and use his head and do a bunch of dirty shit. But the people on his list, they aren't top fighters. They ain't the top of shit. He full of shit.
When you look at all these guys on the list, I mean, Jamel Herring, this guy who beat Lamont Roach. So I guess in this case, even though it's a champion, I guess it makes Jamel Herring the more enticing fighter with a name. Gary Russell, you know, I mean, I think everyone's been wanting to see Gary Russell in some of these big fights. We're never gonna get the Mickey Bay fight. Just throw it out like it's just done. No, I think that fight. I think that shit has sell, man.
Mickey Bay.
Yeah. It's just because we tried it so many times, it's not even worth it. Yeah, I think it's fell. Yeah, I just think it's fell. It's probably not meant to be honest. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Is there any particular, you know, I have to ask as a fan, so any particular reason why like Tank's name's not out there? Because that's probably the fight that
pay attention to what he said.
Probably like what, a lot of years, 7 years. Yeah, actually, yeah. I feel like he got a lot of other things going on right now. As far as who he can fight, I think Tank still will be a big fight. Well, I don't think I know. But I think it'll be even more of a bigger fight when I become 2-time champion. Mm-hmm. And what? Go ahead. No, go ahead. No, I was just saying with that, like by getting your belt, I mean, he didn't want to fight you essentially when you had a belt, right? I mean, what is the reason why he'll probably take you now if you?
You see what I'm saying about the people that ask him questions be kissing his ass? Why did he say Tank didn't want to fight you when he had a belt? All right, okay, y'all with this bullshit, huh? Sit to you, I be who I be. What is good with you? Definitely salute. Glad you came up in here today.
That's the thing I was saying myself. So that's why I really didn't put him up there. So if that fight happened, I'll just let it come. I'll just let it happen. Eventually, I think it happened. I think eventually. Do you feel like that was more the fact of like he didn't like the fight didn't materialize because he didn't want to fight you stylistically at the time, or is it promotions? And do you feel like that? No, it could have happened. I think he got a group of people, good people that was pushing him, and they understand boxing, they understand styles make fights, they understand a lot of things. And I think that they didn't think that my style fits him. All right,
you heard what he just said. He don't think Tevin Farmer thinks that Tank's side and team are smart and they pushing him smart, and they think that it wasn't a good style matchup for him to fight Tank. That's why they didn't fight. I'm rewinding. I think he got a group of people, good people that was pushing him, and they understand boxing, they understand styles make fights, they understand a lot of things. And I think that they didn't think that my style fits him. I just think they think that my style was too dangerous, and that's why I think the fight heavy. His style is too dangerous for Tank Davis. That's why they didn't fight.
They understand styles make fights. They understand a lot of things, and I think that they didn't think that my style fits him. I just think they think that my style was too dangerous, and that's why I think the fight heavy. That's why I think the fight didn't happen. To be honest, because they told me go get a belt. I go get it.
To be honest,
belt, and then it still don't happen. So, but it is what it is. I think the fight can still happen. Philly versus Baltimore, Tevin versus Davis. I think it's still gonna happen. Now I know that.
All right. I don't give a shit about what the rest of this motherfucker gonna say. I don't give a shit about what the rest of what he's about to say. What I'm about to do though, I'm gonna pull up this fight though. I'm gonna pull up the ESPN fight. What I'm about to do is share my screen, and I'm gonna bring up my video I made over 6 receipts. This is the reason why Tevin Farmer and Tank Davis didn't happen. Jesus. This is the reason why Tevin Farmer and Tank didn't happen. This is my video. I made this 6 years ago, October 31st, 2017. Told you I've been doing this. Only got 159 views, but this right here was mostly him. Just interviews of him talking, audio, receipts. You know what I'm saying? He was a big hater of Gervonta Davis back in the day, just like Gary Russell and Devin. So I got receipts on them 3. I do have receipts. And they're on my page. They're on my channel. But yeah, definitely. Tank will knock him straight the fuck up. Yes, but listen, this is the reason why Tank and Tevin Farmer didn't happen. All right, the video is called The Farmer's Almanac. The change in Tevin Farmer. He never wanted to fight, just the title. #LDBC. Check it out. In June 20th of this year, 2017. Check it out.
Tevin, man, I don't know how excited you are or what's really going through your mind, but with yesterday's big announcement of Mayweather-McGregor, does it have you thinking? I know that you and your now, we have to call him your nemesis, Tank Davis, You guys been going back and forth on social media. Yeah. You know, you said we're going to do things your way now. You got your mandatory shot by getting into this eliminator with Billy Dib, and that's the way you want to go. But when you guys were actually arguing on social media, that Mayweather-McGregor fight wasn't finalized. We didn't really know it would be happening. Maybe you did. I don't know. And we'll find out today with this interview. But now that is official, and he did put that offer of you being on the undercard, do you want to bypass? I mean, Tank did.
He not a boss. He don't call a shot. Tank don't call a shots. They ain't put an offer. Hold
on, wait. I'm sorry. Hold on, wait. Yo, the way you hold up. Let me give y'all. Let me let you know what's going on. Tevin has an attitude right now. Nobody really know why he got an attitude right now in this interview. This is the interview. I just took a picture of it because this is in 2017. I just started my channel early. I didn't know what I could or could not do. So I just took a picture of what the interview was and I just played the audio. Okay. And I left a link to this interview on my video, but he took the interview down. Boxing Voice Ness, he took the video down. So I still have the receipt. Okay? I still have the receipt. Yo, he was holding like a motherfucker. He didn't know what he was doing. He was in there defensive as a bit. Just being defensive like a shit. But listen. Let me bring it back some.
Tank did.
He not a boss. He don't call a shot. Tank don't call a shots. They ain't put an offer. And if they did, like I said, I worked as hard to get to a mandatory spot. I'm not giving it up. I mean, I've been asking if I am when I was ranked number 15, number 14. They make me work so hard to get to the number 1 spot for me to just pass it. No, I'm gonna enjoy the process.
You heard him say he's gonna enjoy the process. He is there. Ness is there to talk some sense into that man. They are friends in real life. He came there to talk to him about the contract that he was sent from Tank's team to fight. I remember this shit like it was yesterday because it's facts. They already came out and said that, yeah, they was sent something. You can lie about it now, especially because your friend took videos down, took footage and proof down for whatever reason. But I'm just saying, nah, bro. You said you wanted to enjoy the process. He said Tank and them sent a contract. He said he's not a boss. He didn't send a contract. He just said bro, okay. All right, bro. That's what we're doing. Salute to you, D-Man Jr. What is good with you? Salute. Over there it is, right? All 2024. Let's get it. Let me play it. He wilding.
So you would consider it passing it if they said, hey, listen, this is the offer, August 26th.
In September, and I'll stand by that.
He said, so you would consider passing the contract if they say, here, this is the joint, something, da, 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 da. He said, I'm fighting in September and I stand on that. So it sounds like the B-side wanted a different date, wanted to enjoy the process. Let's continue.
All right. Well, Tank is going to have to wait.
Listen,
you already said, the process. Damn, Tevin.
So you would consider it passing it if they said, hey, listen, this is the offer, August 26th.
In September, and I'll stand by that.
All right. Well, Tank is going to have to wait.
Listen, this is the perfect opportunity for him to be a tough guy because he know he had to see me no matter what. So now he's like, oh, well, I have to see him no matter what. I might as well call him out now. If you go look at the interview after the Watch fight, Floyd himself say, we don't need Tevin. We don't want Tevin. He's not on our radar. Let him go get a title first. What changed now? Because I'm eliminated, so you got to see me regardless. So now you want to be tough guy? Nah, it can't. I'm not letting him get me into that. I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. He'll see me. He can see me in December, after September.
So what does that sound like to y'all? Does it sound like Tank's team thought it was, Styles, was too dangerous? Tevin Style, even though he don't got no knockouts, he try to just stay with his feet planted and be slick all the time. He said his defense better than Floyd. Him, Mr. Big Headed would have got knocked the fuck out. because you think your defense is better than Floyd and you stand and slip everything. You would have got knocked out by Tank. And I still want to see it. You don't deserve a fight with him, though. You don't deserve a fight. You could have got one then. You was in a prime opportunity, prime space. And then when they finally went to try to make the fight, what happened? Eddie Hearn priced you out like you was A-side. Huh. He be talking like he A-side his entire career. Ever since he, got over them 4 losses and he was on this little win streak and started saying Tank name, he act like he was an A-side versus everybody. Look at him. That shit crazy. Yeah. Don't get in trouble, y'all. Don't get in trouble. Yeah, it would be too much. But the fact that he thinks his defense is better than Floyd and the way he rocks his defense will get him knocked out. You gotta give your opponent more respect and know that you'll get. You remember when Mike Tyson was going to fight recently, and he was going to fight Roy Jones Jr. and he was talking to himself. He said, "Yeah, shit, you fuck around and get knocked out." Like, he had to talk to himself like that. Don't think you can just go in there and just get shit easy. What happens to fighters when they think Tank is easy? They get knocked out in like 6 rounds, man, or less. Tevin would have got knocked out in 4. And that bitch acting like he bruh. Nobody fights Tank like who uses the shoulder roll and had their feet planted when Tank throw punches? Who does that? That's what Tevin does in every fight that he's in. And I'm not making nothing up. That's how he fights. He got knocked out, bro. This man hit list is Kid Gallahan, Lee Wood, Jamel Herring, Gary Russell Jr., and Josh Warrington, bro. You are not ready for the sauce. Not ready. You are not ready. You hear me? Yeah, that box. No bullshit, yo. And she, and the side chick is good to you sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let her know. Which fight is I got UFC on my phone. Where's the fight? Is the fight on ESPN right now? Why don't I see it? Talk to me, somebody. That's UFC. Here it is. Hold on, no, I guess that wasn't it. There it is. God damn it. I'm gonna have to do it in my room. I don't have my I'm not signed in. That's why I was doing that bullshit. I'm signed in on my TV though, but I ain't taking my computer in there. Salute to you, Mystery Machine. What is going on? Yeah, it's been a little minute. Finally caught me. Yeah, what is good with you? JoJo took that IBF strap at 130. And JoJo was tagging his ass in that with that damn defense. He was tagging his ass. It's on ESPN. I'm just not signed in, so I can't see it.
Now, I know that you're
I don't think there's anything else on here. Right now. He says too many politics at 135, so he's standing at 130. And that's true. It's politics, but he wants to get a title like now. He wants a title fight. The problem with Tevin Farmer is Tevin Farmer thinks he's more special than what he really is at this time being. Tevin Farmer feels like he can pick up where he left off. No. This is boxing is what have you done for me lately, sport, and you haven't done shit in like the last 2 years for real, or 3 years for real when it comes to you having a good fight, versus somebody with a name or whatever. Like, nah, you're not that guy no more. You got work to do. You gotta fight these youngins. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like the champions are going to give you that opportunity, or do you have to find like a couple guys? I'm gonna have it regardless. I'm gonna get it regardless. Oh yeah. Yeah, I get it. I'm gonna get it regardless. Definitely, I'm gonna get it regardless for sure. Now, I do have to ask because you do have Lee Wood and someone who has. I know that you're looking for big names. You're looking for champions. Someone that's been flirted with Lee Wood is this kid named Cormel out in Vegas. I don't know if you heard of him, Cormel Moulton. The young boy. Young boy. Is that a potential, I guess, maybe super fight? Because if you can't get Tank, I mean, that's, I guess, the Mayweather promotion puts you in. Who? I was saying, like, you and Cormel, I guess, in the future, like, later on. Do you think that'd be something? Because they're pushing a lot of attention. I don't care about attention, bro. The young boy is very, very good. Very, very fucking good.
I don't care about
attention. I'm not entertaining this conversation right now with that.
He said, I'm not entertaining this conversation.
It's different generations, different classes in that case. I'm 33 with them with 40 fights and can fight my ass off. This kid is, what, 18? 17? Come on, bro.
He laughed like
it's just a different class then, right?
He don't get it.
It's different class, different age bracket, different everything. Mm-hmm. And that's I guess more because I was asked to ask, like one of my buddies said, hey, you should bring potential because you don't duck smoke. Is that just simply for boxing fans out there? Just unrealistic, as in like it's very unrealistic. It don't even make sense. Mm-hmm. On both ends. Both ends. On my end, well, it just don't make sense. It just don't make sense. No other than it's just different generations. Like I'm way. If I was 27, it make it work. If I was 26, oh man, can you see me? Yeah, it's bro. Lomachenko was an Olympian, bro. He came into the pro game thinking shit is sweet and tried to fight Shalita. This shit not the same, bro. When you talk about Tevin Farmer, it's not the same. Now reminds you, this kid is fucking amazing.
Canelo,
but it's just
Tevin scared Canelo, yo.
No way in the world I would entertain that.
Why not?
It wouldn't even bring that to me, bro.
That's because you big headed as fuck. That's why they wouldn't bring it to you.
It's like you said, not to entertain.
You was gonna fight Mickey Beto, bro. You gonna kick Gallahan though?
Because like I know Tevin Farmer no duck, no smoke, but at the same time, it's like a business. And this
Camelo want Lee Wood. He want the same dude you want.
You worked yourself in the career, right? You became a title. You got your title shot. You won your title. You've been blackballed for a while. You got your title shot.
No, he won't. He won't entertain his ass.
Just kind of like
that's enough though of what he has to say. Tank won't entertain his ass, but he's sitting there acting like Tank team and shit was scared of him. He full of shit though. Tevin don't remember. Tevin act like he don't remember this interview.
Well, that would definitely be the fight fans want to see. Being on this card would have definitely put a lot of eyes on it. Do you feel like maybe that would have been a good thing had the negotiations between you and him gone differently in the media and social media? If maybe none of that back and forth happened, it would have been a good thing to be on this. Because, I mean, this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. We've never seen this before.
You don't care
for once-in-a-lifetime things unless it... I mean, I made it this far, and I worked hard to get here. I don't think I need to use or need anyone. I made it this far, and I worked hard to get
be on this. Because, I mean, this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. We've never seen this before.
I don't really care for once-in-a-lifetime things unless...
You already said?
I've never seen this before.
I don't really care for once-in-a-lifetime things.
Never seen this before.
I don't really care for once-in-a-lifetime things unless it...
Never seen this before.
I don't really care for once-in-a-lifetime things unless it... I mean, I made it this far, and I
never seen this before.
I don't really care for once-in-a-lifetime things unless it... I mean, I made it this far, and I worked hard to get here.
Never seen this before.
I don't really care for once-in-a-lifetime things unless it... I mean, I made it this far, and I worked hard to get here. I don't think I need to use.
I don't really care about once in a
anyone
lifetime
as far
things.
as getting on their card to get publicity. I mean, I did it myself this whole time. I mean, I don't want to give nobody no credit to say, oh well, you this big because you fought on this card or this and that. I did it. I worked my way up to the top to get here with my team, and for me to just try to I'm gonna do it my way. September. That's it.
Yeah. There's a lot of that was a good video I made. There's a lot of little parts and interviews on that video, but he's full of shit. You told the truth then when Tank was trying to make the fight happen with you. That's how you was talking to Ness. You was talking like you had your foot up your ass, like you was upset. You had sand in your vagina or some shit, and Tank's team put it there. You was mad as a bitch. I could tell. Yeah, well, I don't really care. I don't care about once in a lifetime opportunities. Well, I don't really care. Well, he just acting like a tough guy. Bro, he sent you a contract. What are you talking about? All the way to this day, you over there lying to people in Philly. Got fucking Blair Cobbs going off on Tank, talking about all that muscle and you scared to fight Tevin Farmer. No, Tevin Farmer was acting like a prima donna out this bitch. He was acting like the best thing since sliced bread. That's his damn fault. They circled back and still try to make the fight with this bald-headed sucker. And what happened? Eddie Hearn was like, no, well, I just try to get the most from my fighter. That's why a lot of fights don't happen, because Eddie Hearn be pricing his fighters out. Eddie Hearn be saying no to money. Talking, getting all big-headed with the fucking UK accent, the London accent, and the fucking, the fighter's ear, like, you know you're worth more than that. You know I can give you more money than that. And they believe your motherfucking ass. They say no to some shit. Then you go back and do some whack-ass negotiation and the fight don't get made. And the only people suffer is us. Your fighters know, though, that the other fighter was interested in the fight. He is doing more. This is only one interview. I seen when I put his name into my phone, into YouTube earlier today, he has like 3 or 4 interviews with titles saying why I think the fight didn't happen. I guarantee you he's saying the same thing that he's saying on this recent interview. He's saying that Tank team know that they was moving him a certain way. They know styles make fights, and they think that my style was too dangerous. Tevin Farmer don't knock out nobody, and this is my irritation with the shit. Fighters, bro, they need to say a lot of things to keep to make them keep that liquid courage without the alcohol. You understand what I'm saying? They got to stay confident in their abilities. So they lie to themselves a lot. But you fans, bro, how you going to switch bodies and talents? Tank is the one that's dangerous for you, and you fucking know it. Fuck out of here. Tank is the one dangerous for your style. Your style is not that. You're tailor-made for Gervonta Davis, in my opinion. Tailor-made. Exactly why he don't have any good fights lined up, bro. And he don't really sell like that. He don't sell like that. No bullshit. Does not sell like that. Salute to you. What's good with your ATX Red Slab Life? Hashtag TWT is in the house. What is good with you? Salute to you, JJ. What's popping? Tevin is a damn shame, man. It's a damn shame. I want to play this Keyshawn Davis interview. I mean, we're gonna get on up out of here, but I want to play this Keyshawn Davis interview. One thing I meant to say about Bud, the one thing that what did Bud say? It's a lot of stuff that people are saying that Bud said. I haven't been on Twitter like that, and I don't know what the fuck he's really been saying. What the fuck is Marshall talking about? I don't know. He needs to fix his eye, bro. He needs to do something. Oh, bullshit. He needs to do something. He knows the most likely thing fighting Tank, because but he act like he really want to fight, though. Like, bro, he had me convinced that he really want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Gary Russell never had me convinced that he wanted to fight, because he stayed at 126, period. I don't give a fuck what he says. You stayed at 126. The man did not extend his olive branch and say, yeah, I'll fight you. Come on at 1:30 and we can make the fight. He didn't do what you wanted him to do. He didn't say, yeah, let's make the fight so you can keep your 126 title and move up and fight me. He didn't do that. But you could have just moved up and continued to talk shit. It never happened, so I never believed you. When it came to him, though, the Cookie Monsters, Tevin, you funny as hell. Yo, when it come to him, though, it's different. That shit ain't the same. I've been getting plenty of videos with Tev, no video on boxing. It's self-explanatory. Gary can beat Tank, man, whatever. Whatever, pimping. But I'm just saying, I was convinced that Tevin wanted to fight Tank, though. I was convinced. He approached him. He got in his face every time he seen him. He wanted to say something. You know, I was convinced, you know, but not acting like you the A side. Really? Not acting like you the A side, though, Tevin. That's too much. Everybody else is cool with being the B side. It seems like everybody else is cool with being the B side. Tank has yet to have a fighter say that negotiations wasn't right, besides when it came to you, Tevin Farmer. Everybody else, negotiations was fine. Even with Ryan, even with Rowley. Bruh, it was problems in the negotiation with this wannabe A-side Tevin Farmer. That's the problem. But I don't know everything Bud said, but that one thing people been saying that he said, I don't know if I should give y'all one more. Bruh, that type of talk is the reason why it's hard for fans to get behind fighters that talk like that. Same thing with Tio. And I said earlier that Bud talks like, you know what I'm saying? Bud talks like a black Tio sometimes. Just is what it is. Sometimes he says things out of his mouth. He sounds just like Teofimo Lopez. This is one of them. For him to sit and say, maybe I should give you one more, like you are the face of boxing, like you are the biggest star in the sport, is that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, you did not become, this is what I've been saying all this time. You don't become the fighter that you beat. You don't. And even if you became Earl wouldn't say that. Tank wouldn't even say that. Canelo wouldn't even say that. Nobody would say, oh, I'm going to give you. Nobody would act like the fans are dying for a Bud fight so bad he going to dangle it in front of our face and say, I should give y'all one more. Bro, where did all of this confidence and who gave you the ass to type like that? Who told you could say that? But what changed? He beat Earl Spence, and what happened? People act like he beat Earl Spence and had another fight and broke records. Bruh, nothing happened, bruh. He beat Earl Spence, and that is it. Nothing happened. There's no proof to say that he's a mega star now. Nothing. What happened after that? Shoot you, Macadose. Macadose is Mac of the South. What's good with you? Salute, salute, salute. What's good with you? Gary outboxing Tank, and Tank can hurt that. Yeah, Gary gonna outbox Tank until Tank hit him, and then it's over. When Tevin supposedly got shot in the hand, Tank told Ellie, everybody not Tank in the streets or in the ring. I think I remember that shit. I'm mad you even put that in there, IB. But yeah, I remember that shit. I remember him commenting funny as a bitch when he got shot in his hand. I remember that shit. And I'm like, what you think was going to happen? That bullet can go right through your shit, bro. What you think is going to happen when you cover up the business end of a gun? What makes you think you going to Iron Man that motherfucker? You might as well slap the gun in the air or some shit. You know what I'm saying? It'll miss everything it was pointing at. But you covering it ain't going to do nothing but slow it down just a pinch. But it's still going to get to where it was going. Still going to get there. You know what I'm saying? Well, it depends on the bullet, but he said the shit went right through. So yeah. Bud is still Badussy. Yeah, he's still acting like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, yo. Let's flip a coin and let fate decide who's A side. He's still that guy. He's still that guy always threatening not to have a fight. That's the only reason why his business decisions worked out, is because the person that he was trying to get money from was desperate, and he kept pulling out like a motherfucker. He kept just using the tip. He was using it, kept putting the tip in. You understand? He never went full in with it. He never went full retard. He just kept putting the tip in. He just kept giving us the tip. And then turn around and say, well, I don't need him. I don't need him. To give us the tip again and be like, well, I don't need him. Right? You know, I could go to be in the Hall of Fame without him. Like, he kept doing that shit. Gary needs a warm up at. That's what I'm saying. And I said that too. Whoever fights Gary Russell Jr. first, if that person is a name undefeated, he cherry picking Gary Russell. I don't care. You understand me? If the person that fights Gary Russell has a name and he's undefeated, he's cherry picking Gary Russell. Gary Russell hasn't fought 2-3 years. He's coming off a shoulder injury and a loss. Period. Like, this just is what it is with it. Is what it is with it. Bud didn't beat the people Spence beat, so people are not convinced, even me. Bruh, all he need to do is beat one person. If he beat Boots, I'll be convinced. Yes, sir. I'll be convinced if he beat him. I'm telling you, yo, it's different if you beat Boots. It's different. You beating the only person that's been glorified and nobody ever denied it. Do you know how hard that is? When people said Lomachenko was better than Muhammad Ali and better than Floyd and all this other shit, it turned so many people off, as well as myself. Then you hear the man talk and he sound like he conceded. Boots is different. Y'all ain't hearing me. He's the only person that's been named a hype name and nobody disagreed. They named that man a cheat code. Beyond any other name you can give somebody, a cheat code referring to a game and having your shit on 99, the word cheat and code, nigga, that means you can't win. Like Rocky, you can't win against the cheat code. Who got better numbers than the cheat code? People giving Bud an out because of his age. You hear me? People are talking about it because he's old. How old is he? For real. People are like, he old and he did it. Bro, what exactly did he do? He fought Julius. He fought who? Ray Beltran and Julius and Dongo, I believe, for his titles for Undisputed. He at 140, Julius and Dongo and Ray Beltran. That's who that man fought. At welterweight to get Undisputed, he fought, what's his name? Jeff Horn. And then in between that, Sean Porter was a name. But even though Sean Porter already retired mentally and didn't even get ready for that fight, but still made it to 11 rounds or 10 rounds and was winning, whatever. And Earl Spence. And Earl Spence wasn't even himself. So who did he really like? I'm just saying, yo. And those fights was forced upon him. They forced them fights on him. Besides Jeff Horn and everything he did at 140, Sean Porter and Earl Spence was forced on Bud. This man continued to say, and everybody that know him, he's very competitive. I never met nobody more competitive than Terrence Crawford. He's so competitive. Out of Terrence Crawford's own mouth, he says, yo, he loves fighting, man. He like that. He loves fighting. Well, after you beating Earl Spence Jr., and it seems like you're a little upset, She ruined my concentration. She ruined my train of thought. The thing is, after you beat him, you are looking at yourself as you did the best. You did like you number one. You should get pound for pound number one. You should be fighter of the year. You should be this and you should be that. They should let you keep your titles at 147 and not disperse them so Bud can get a title. I mean, for Boots can get a title, even though you're not gonna fight Boots, and even though you're not gonna fight at 147 again, they should let you keep it anyway because you Terrence Crawford. Even though you only fought one time last year, that fight was so big. I should still be fighter of the year last. All of that happened really because of Earl Spence, bro. Like, who else? Like, dog, that's not enough for me to say that you're the best of this era. Are you kidding me? Of this era? If we want to talk about pound for pound, really in style on style, he not number one pound for pound. It's Styles that's better than Bud's. I'm sorry, but it is. If it wasn't, then he wouldn't have got hurt by damn near everybody. Well, I'm not going to say hurt. He wouldn't have got tagged by everybody he fought. He wouldn't have got hurt by Gamboa. He wouldn't have got hurt by Green Machine. It wouldn't have never happened if he was pound for pound number one. It's fighters that had fights against people at the same level as Gamboa and the same level as Green Machine, and they didn't get touched the way Bud did. Like, we just need to keep it 100. He a great fighter, but number one, from his resume, from who he fought, please, man. We know other fighters with better resumes that did more. They just didn't accomplish the same. It's all about politics sometimes and who you can get in the ring and who you signed with at the time. And, timing for the most part got a lot to do with it. Or else David Morrell wouldn't even have a title right now. Russell fell off losing. Salute to you, Dante Boxing Talk. What is good with you? Gary he talk like a killer. So if you lose, you lose. That's right. He sure enough do talk like a killer. It's going to take a different type of fighter to fight a different type of contender like Boots. That is correct. I don't want to hear that old shit. Right. I don't want to hear you two people. That's what people been saying. People have been saying he did a lot in his career. He's already accomplished a lot in his age. That's what people are saying. Fuck that age shit. Who cares about? And that's what a lot of people say about the greats, the greats, the greats. That's what fighters want to talk about the greats until somebody bring up something that a great did that your ass ain't willing to do. The greats always fight young ones and people coming up. You supposed to be a very competitive person that like to fight. You got all of this. What I was about to say before she messed me up. You got all of these people that you think ain't giving you enough credit. But those people that's not giving you credit is either A, saying you need to fight Earl again because Earl wasn't right, or B, matter of fact, B or both. Not one or the other. Is either A or both. You know what I'm saying? B or both. Like, bro, or they're saying that they're saying you don't have, like, Earl wasn't himself, so you don't get full credit. Or they're just saying that, you need to fight Boots to get the status that you asking for. Like, you want everybody to treat you like you the best person in boxing, and you in the direct weight class of a lot of people that think a dude can beat you. Like, it just is what it is. That's what he don't like. That's why he's upset. He think that he's number one because he beat Earl. That's why when Earl came out and said he had to get surgery, he was like, man, fuck, like, he just, like, bro, nothing's cut and dry like that. Just because we wanted you to fight Earl and you won doesn't mean you the best. Just like I said, you're not special. Every fighter, we demand a fight, and if you beat them or lose, we still demand something else. You're still a fighter. Your job is not done unless you retire. Everybody that goes to work, their job ain't done unless they retire. You understand what I'm saying? I don't work today. I don't work tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But I go to work on Tuesday. I go to work on Tuesday. So just because you beat Earl and bruh, honestly, if Earl was 100% himself, that fight would have been different. And maybe we wouldn't even be saying that. A lot of us wouldn't be saying that we want Boots and we want Boots. But people still would have been saying it, yo. They're still looking for the next fight. That's really how I look at it. They're still going to look for the next fight. I don't think Bud really sure if he can beat Boots. His energy not right when he talk about that fight. Bud keep talking about he had chances to fight. Like the stuff that he's saying is whack. He had some chances to fight me, bro. I don't care. What about right now? I don't care about what happened in the past. He want to fight you now. And in the past, whenever the chances that he had to fight you, if him and his team put nickel and dime, put all the money, blood, sweat, and tears into fighting you, you still wouldn't have did it probably because you was in up. It just looked like in any second that fight with Earl could have happened. You just needed to take your thumb out your ass. And it just looked like you wasn't doing it because you just was digging you was just giving us the tip and it just walking away, giving us a tip and walking like, bro, what the fuck? You gonna fight him or you not gonna fight him? Oh shit. I wasted it. I wasted it. Damn soul. Damn finger. They say Fundora was a cheat code until Brian Mendoza put him in the blender, but Boots is different. I never heard nobody call that tall motherfucker a cheat code. I never heard nobody. And if they did, I would have been like, bro, he's just tall in the weight class, but he don't have a lot of skills like that. Like he's not on the same level as Boots. If people said that, it was because he was tall, not because he had skills. He's Slender Man. Like it's not even the same. I never heard that. Bud knows Boots' style is different and high risk. Plus Bud doesn't bring the bag. Suit change. Right. Crawford ain't too old to fuck with the Blanco steroids king. Snap. He should want to destroy Earl again since it's easy work. Exactly. Like, bruh, you can't be looking for another fight and only care about big fights. So you only care about money, big money fights. It's go without saying. They both are the same shit. So you only want a big money fight, but yet you tripping on the Earl fight and it was easy for you the first time. It's like, bruh, he knows Earl wasn't the same guy and he might not be that same dude that he fought the first fight. Or else, why not take the candy from the baby? You want the big fight. Who else is going to give his ass a big money fight? Suits you, all the rage, George Page. What is good with you? Now who should Bud fight? Now he beaten Earl. He should fight Boots. You know what I'm saying? Or go up to 154 and press Virgil Ortiz. But ain't nobody else going to fight the man. I don't even want to see Charlo versus Bud. I mean, and I don't think it's gonna happen because he acting like Charlo not worth his time. Like, bro, I'm just saying, like, it's just not looking good. You know what I'm saying? It don't look good. Salute to you, frequent flyer. Salute to you. What's good with you? He's the A-side against Earl. So what's the problem? Now he is, yeah. It's like. That's what gives you so much doubt. Like, bruh, if you just beat this guy easy and you got millions of dollars, you know what your check might look like the second time around. And that was the whole problem, money. That was not even the whole problem, but it was a big part of the problem and the holdup of why you didn't have to fight. You got exactly what you bargained for, it seems like, or else the fight wouldn't have happened. So you got everything you wanted. Why can't you do the same thing again? Why say you only going to fight one more time, but it's not going to be Earl? So who are you going to fight? That's going to give you a bad... Don't make sense to you. Shit. Your pressure is on Bud because he has to beat him even easier. This is just fact. Yo, the pressure is on Bud in the rematch because a lot of people, because he's been out here tooting his own horn and acting like he the shit since he beat Earl. If anything else happened besides what happened in the first one, it can look bad on Bud. Like, okay, so I thought this, and I thought you went on this whole campaign about how the fight was and how Earl was. Earl was quiet because, you know what I'm saying, he did get his ass beat. But if he come back and you don't drop him at all, you got to drop Earl. You dropped Earl a bunch of that. If you fight him again and you don't drop him at all, I don't know. And it's like, yeah, you wasn't worthy of all the respect that people was demanding that they gave you in the first damn place. That's what it's gonna feel like to me. You can't even fight the way the greats used to. The rules change, right? Not just boxing, but a lot of professional sports. That's true. That's true. Sutu 704, Joe, what is good with you? Remember, Bomac said they want the easy route. yeah, Bomac said that. And what happened to honoring the rematch clause? That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, maybe it's the timing. The only way that the rematch clause can be scratched is if it's not going to happen in a time period. It's been 6 months since they fought. He just had surgery. It's going to need time to heal. Maybe he knows something we don't, or maybe Bud is just acting like a prima donna, like he always act, and just giving us the tip again and pulling out. Boots to beat his ass. What? Boots beat his ass. His scared Bud said out of his own mouth, high risk, low reward. I'm not mad at him though. Yeah, he said it out of his mouth. That's a fact. That's why I pay more attention to MMA. We get the fights we want. That's true. They just need to start paying them and stop being fucked up with it. Get him in just one more zero. Give him one more zero. I really believe Earl messing with Bud because he acting like he trying to fight at 147. I don't know what's going on with that. It's like I haven't really been in this whole thing where Earl Spence and Bud is really tiring. So now that they're talking back again, I'm not even paying attention to it. I just be sitting in people's lives, and if they talk about it, they talk about it, man. Because it'd be too much bullshit. It's too much ego in the fans that make video and content, or that don't make content, that just be in the comments and the chats. It's like too much ego. It's a lot of bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? Now, it's not a lot of honest, truthful, 100% shit being said. It's a lot of bullshit. They mix in with it because of ego, because they had a problem with somebody said a month ago, last week. Like, it's too much. Shit's tiring as fuck. It's tiring. Boots got elevated to champion, right? All that contender talk over with. It definitely is. It definitely is. And if Boots go back, I said this shit. If Boots go back, I mean, if Bud go back and fight Boots and beat him, bro, that's 3 times undisputed. Real talk. That's something that never been happened before. I don't really know about old time and shit, but I heard Fanon say that Bud ain't the first time to get 2-time undisputed. He's not. Somebody back in the day did. Salute to you, Anthony Jones. What's good with you? Bud is 36. He needs to move on and stay active. Earl just has too many injuries. Earl does have a lot of injuries. I just heard Bud say that he needs 3 surgeries right now. So he got injuries too. And I heard Floyd say not no fighter goes into a fight 100% anyway. So I already said Bud should move on. I don't really care about the fight. If it happens, I will watch it. But I mean, it is what it is by now. Like, you know what I'm saying? He can move on. Or, I mean, I honestly think he's going to retire. I honestly think he should. I honestly think there's nobody for him to fight but Earl and Boots. And if he don't want to do it, he ain't going to have no fights. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, he be trolling. It's either he's trolling or he's serious about taking vacations all 2024. And if that's so, he ain't fighting nobody. So which one is true? Is he trolling or is he ain't fighting nobody? Like, seriously. Salute to you, Gregory Pratt. What is good with you? Just boxing talkers in the house. What it do? What it do? If the rematch doesn't happen with Spence and Crawford, you think the IBF should give the title back to Bud? They ain't giving his ass shit back. You hear me? They ain't giving him nothing back. All right. I wanna get through this Keyshawn Davis interview, bro. I have to get through this Keyshawn Davis interview before I get on up out of here. I got to do it.
Hans, TerminStoreFightHack.com, here with Keyshawn Davis, my guy. How you feeling?
Great, man. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, man. Like you said, first,
It was something that I feel like I really have to train for. And after my first world title, like I said, I just want to be putting on great fights for the fans.
for sure. Gotta ask you about one of your best friends, Kid Schofield, Kid Austin. It's like your best friend, What did you think about his performance? Well,
Thanks, Dante.
His 2023, and I know I had seen you on I think it was on Twitter when you was just like 2024, that fight has to happen.
Thanks.
Yeah, I love to fight Kid Austin, man. I just feel like the fans like it. It's a fan-friendly fight. And, he's just been calling me out for some time now. And I just feel like the fans just keep entertaining it. So, why not? Like I said before, I'm just a fighter that want to put on great fight for the fans. And he's been hanging in there for a long time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these other guys fell off the face of the earth that they've been trying to put me in there with. These other prospects, some of them lost, some of them just didn't make right decisions. They don't get talked about no more. But, Kid Austin, he's one of them guys still floating around and calling my name out. So I would love to really fight him like this year.
All right, I played that because I hear a lot of people saying Kid Austin not ready. I hear a lot of people saying Keyshawn's not ready. Kid Austin has made it clear he wants to fight Keyshawn. Keyshawn just said that they can fight this year. So everybody that think they're not ready for each other, and you know what I'm saying, and whatever. We're here to watch fights. We're not here to be managers of these fighters. You understand what I'm saying? You have an opinion all you want, but hey, if people start talking about these two people fighting, don't get in between the conversation and say they ain't ready. Chill, all right? Everybody's ready to get their ass beat, all right? In my life, in my line of work, all of my life, I never met nobody that's not ready for an ass whooping. Okay? Everybody can get their ass whooped. This boxing.
Just like a Twitter call out, like it was serious. And shoot, if we can make it happen, then I'm gonna make it happen.
Do you think that fight? I think it's gonna be great now, but do you think it's a little premature, man? Both
I'm with
you guys are really young. You guys could probably be like, pound for pound level guys or whatever.
Growing
you
up,
guys
yeah.
Fight now, or are you just like, nah, let's do it right now?
Let's do it now. We're 24 years old. Just because whoever lose, win right now, and we still can be successful in the sport. Like people just be getting twisted about, oh, we so young right now. Don't you want to fight right now while we're young? Like, didn't y'all learn from Floyd and Pacquiao, Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence? Like, we can fight now and rematch later. Like, I don't agree with a lot of the things that boxing is starting to bring up. Like, oh, y'all so young right now, y'all careers. It could be, no, let us fight now and we can build up into a bigger fight later too. It could be a trilogy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that much great fighters out here for us to just be waiting to fight.
I'm down with what he's saying. I don't really care about letting everything build up. He's down with fighting now to see who beats who and seeing who's the best, and then seeing who fighting later to see who's the greatest or whatever. I'm down with that train of thought. I'm not down with a lot of because usually when fans and fighters, old media, new media, pin two fighters against each other and they keep talking about them and keep bringing the fighters up to each other when they have interviews with them, that's when you get shit talk for 2 years. That's when you get one fighter dissing the other fighter and trolling the other fighter, and it just keeps going until they fight, or eventually they just never fight. That's where that shit comes from. So if they can just really just fight now, you know what I'm saying? Fight now and get it over with, and it'll be a bigger fight later on when they're better in their careers. I understand that. I feel them on that, and I'm with it. Frank said he ain't about all that talking. I remember he did say that. Salute to you, Miss Knockout Boxing 86 TV. What is good with you, Queen? They don't say Frank name no more. No, they don't. Salute to your Kettle Nectar. What is good with you? What is popping? He's saying it now because he popped. Like when Mike Tyson fought Buster Douglas, he had a cold and wasn't 100. Nah, yeah, a lot of fighters don't be 100.
Too much, and Raymond Moritalia seemed like a really good fighter, but nobody really like mentions his name too much. What do you think, Paul?
I think he's a good fighter.
Listen,
do you see that fight happening with you down the line, or are you just like you kind of feel like somebody's gonna knock him off before he even like gets up to you or something like that?
No, I think Raymond Moritalia is, besides me, he's the best prospect. He's the best prospect, honestly. Besides myself, I'm in the category with myself. And I don't think nobody's really like on my level when it comes to this shit. 9-0 with these guys, you know what I'm saying?
He 9-0 with these guys. He's in a level on his own, but he thinks Raymond Moritalia is the best prospect other than himself at the weight class.
Silver medalist is my goal or my attributes really speak for itself. But a fighter like Raymond Moritalia is definitely, he's one of them guys that's good. He's real good. And he got a good team behind him. He got a good head on his shoulders. He's hungry. And definitely I see myself fighting Raymond Moritalia, maybe even this year.
Now you said
this man said he sees himself fighting Raymond Moritalia maybe even this year. I'm thinking about it. TD Sports Talk. I'm thinking about it. If I have the time, since I found out it was on a Friday, so I have to figure it out.
that he's probably, other than yourself, the best prospect, but there is another guy. The lightweight division has a bunch of really good young guys.
He's gonna bring up the guy that all of us was thinking when he said that.
A lot of noise is Abdullah Mason.
Mason. That's what I thought about immediately.
Like, what do you think about him? And is that a fight where you just like, is he a guy where you just like keeping an eye on, like, okay, I gotta watch out for this dude, brother?
I don't really be like in my head like I gotta watch out for nobody. Honestly, just
watch out for nobody.
But Abdullah Mason is one of them guys where he's going to be, he's going to be a star. Abdullah, you can see, like you can just see it. I'll be up here hating and say like he can't fight or he's a kid or no, that kid can fight. He's a real fighter. Top rank moving and right. But, he's still going like 6 rounds and stuff. So he still got a lot more developing to do. And, just getting his man strip and stuff like that. So I don't really look at myself, see my...
Keyshawn Davis just said Abdullah Mason got a lot of, I'm not going to misquote him. Let me just play it again.
But, he's still going like 6 rounds and stuff. So he still got a lot more developing to do.
A lot more developing.
And, just getting his man strip and stuff like that. So I don't really look at myself.
And he only fights 6 rounds.
Abdullah because he's just so like, far behind.
He's far behind.
That's one of them fights where I'm like, okay, in the future, 8 whatever years down the line, I can see myself fighting him, but just not right now with the Raymond Moritalia and Kid Austin. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
to be honest, I knew he was gonna say something to get out of that because they should. I don't right now, nah. Like I think but the guy giving the interview is on top of his job for bringing up Abdullah Mason because everybody thinks Abdullah Mason's the highest talent at 135 pounds. And for him to say Raymond Moritalia and himself is right up there by each other just shuts the door on Abdullah Mason. So he brought him up and he would have to say something to get him out of talking tough about Abdullah Mason, not because he's scared or nothing, but because they're friends. I believe that they're all friends. They're all on top rank. And I don't think that Abdullah Mason is going to stay at 135. I think he's soon going to move up. And I think they're moving both of them to be a star. I don't think they're going to allow them to fight or clash anyway. So what he said was kind of, on borderline, like, I don't know about no man strength. It looked like he got good man strength, bro. Like, it's a couple of things he said. I was like, I don't know. But at the same time, like I said, they friends, and I don't see them fighting each other at all, to be honest. He could say 8 years down the line, but I believe Mason is going to grow bigger and too big and to fight Keyshawn Davis, to be honest. I don't think they're ever going to fight. So his answer had to be something like that, to be honest. Norfolk VA talked to him, Key. We ain't worried about that. Right. It was like, I understand his answer. You too, fam. I think Abdullah's better than Kid Austin. I could be wrong. Abdullah's nasty, and he knows it, but he can't act like or sound like he thinks he's better. I mean, he thinks Mason's better than him. He can't sound like that. So I understand his answer. I understand he was trying not to cross no lines, but still let everybody know. You know what I'm saying? But that's his friend. Like, I believe they're friends. Maybe I could be wrong. But I seen them around each other, and they was talking and smiling, so they looked like they were cool. They're always around each other. You know what I'm saying? Mason ain't fighting nobody yet, nope. And neither did Keyshawn, for real. I believe Keyshawn's fight with Pedraza is like his first real step up fight with a name that I know, for real, that I've been following. That I know, I can name 5 people that Pedraza fought. I can't name 5 people that anybody else on Keyshawn's record ever fought. I can't do that. This is Keyshawn Davis' 11th fight. I understand they took his win away, but that was technically fight 10, his last fight with the dude Albright. So this is his 11th fight, and he's fighting Pedraza. Pedraza is an older fighter and stuff like that. I believe he fought Tank 6-7 years ago, I believe. So he's not the same Pedraza at all. He done took off about 4 shades of himself. Like, he took off a bunch of furs. He's down to the gristle right now. He's not the same man, you know what I'm saying? But I still think that it's a good enough test. We'll see what type of Pedraza comes in the ring to see how much credit you can actually give Keyshawn for however type of win that he might have. But I think this is going to be a very entertaining fight that's coming up. Keyshawn backing up as much as Shakur in a fight. Nah, yo. Key sparred Mason many times. How many times you heard Mason beating Key up? I never heard neither one of them disrespecting each other, though, fam. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't think that either one of them are I don't think they disrespected each other at all when it came to sparring at all. That's why I don't remember that they sparred each other. But when you say that, yeah, I do remember they said that. But there's nothing memorable about what they said about their sparring. They kept it respectable because they're friends. Because they are in the same weight class. They can say something about each other. Neither one of them say anything about each other. I believe they're friends, though. Pull the resume, actually look at their opponent. But I'm just saying, I don't know 5 people that Keyshawn fought. I can't name 5 people that Keyshawn fought. I can name 5 people Pedraza fought. So when he fight Pedraza, in my opinion, that's a real name. That's a step up for real. Hopefully Pedraza comes with his game and actually fights Keyshawn. And you know what I'm saying? Don't go in there ready to lay down, because yes, he is a gatekeeper. Key is cool with Mason. Keyshawn has big homie like shit. Okay, yeah, so I was right. Yeah. If they look like they're cool, you know what I'm saying? Usually, especially 2 people competitive like themselves, if they didn't like each other, you would probably see them going at it just a little bit or eyeing each other real bad, gritting or whatnot. I ain't never seen none of that. I see them standing, joking around and chilling beside each other a couple of times now. So, yeah, I would think that they cool. And why would you diss your friend in sparring and y'all are practicing? You know what I'm saying? So I don't see that happening. You know what I mean? But let me press play on this joint. There's 10 minutes.
Kid Austin's the ring more times. I can fight now. There's no point for me to wait. But it will make even less sense for me to be like calling out Abdullah Mason. You know what I mean? Like, that's a futuristic fight. Yeah. But Kid Austin, Raymond Tire, we can fucking fight now.
Yeah, for sure. Gotta get your thoughts, man, on a guy that you did want to fight, but I don't think he's gonna move back down in weight. Is Jermaine Ortiz. He officially moved up. He's gonna fight T.O. Like, what are your thoughts on that fight? Like, are you giving Jermaine a shot to pull that off?
No.
Instantly?
Oh my God. Kevin Hart fuck around, give you a strike.
No.
No.
Like not even a little bit, man.
No.
Nah.
Nah.
Actually, nah. I don't know. I don't really.
Yeah, I got
T.O.
T.O. beating Ortiz.
I don't see him beating T.O. Fimo.
Yeah, I got him beating Ortiz.
Just like you always say, there's levels to it, and you just don't think he's on that level.
I guess so. I guess. Yeah, I just don't see him being T.
They like who? Yeah, you also have Sabrina Matias. So like, who do you view as like the guy at 140 pounds right now?
Matias
is the guy.
Better than Tevin, better than T.O. You think he'll beat all of them?
Matias.
Why is that? Break that down. What makes him so terrific now?
I just feel like he's just a fighter that everybody's staying away from right now. Like people would love, maybe because just the high risk, low reward situation with him. But still, just how he fight. If you think about it like this is how I think about it. In this era, everybody wants to be undisputed, right?
Yeah.
When the belts is easy to get.
Mm-hmm.
When you got guys like him or guys like T.O. or whatever, Devin, that have them belts, people is good floating around those belts and just coming up with other big fights. But when was that 135 when Cambosis had them belts? How many people was calling Cambosis out?
Everybody.
You feel what I'm saying? So I think Matias is like, I won't say he's slept on, high risk, low reward, but I just think he's a fighter that nobody wants to fight.
So like, how do you beat a guy like that, man? Like, do you just have to like kind of fight like Richardson Hitchens, where you just stay on the outside all day long?
Do
you have to be like T.O., where you kind of got like a mixture, like I can stick on the outside, but I got the power to get his respect. How do you beat a guy like that?
You gotta have heart. You gotta have will. You gotta have conditioning.
Facts.
You gotta have a jab.
Yep. But you need more than that.
Who would you say the best guy at 142 beat Matias? Like, who is the big fight for him? Would it be Devin, T.O.? Like, who do you think? I know you think Matias is the best, but if you could just like, he's the best, but I think maybe T.O. could knock him off, or maybe Devin or Rolly or somebody like that.
Woo?
Do you think Tank will at the best?
Who?
Just like, he's the best, but I think maybe T.O. could knock him off, or maybe Devin or Rolly or somebody like that.
Keyshawn said Tank Davis out this bitch. Bruh, that's just proof that people know Tank is a star. People know Tank can really fight. People know Tank got a real bag, man. They asked Truck, who was underrated. He said Tank, and people was like, how the hell can he be underrated? And he's this and he's a big star. Bruh, Tank got a bag. It's stuff that people we don't know shit. Just like, what's his name? Kenny Porter went with one camp with Tank, yo. Listen, man. Tank did a couple of rounds with Sean Porter, did a couple of rounds with Kenny's son when he was training for Bud. I can tell by his facial expression when they were interviewing him, and he was like, yo, I see. He was like, yo, the man was like, I see, yo, your son's in there training. I mean, doing a couple of rounds with Tank. And Kenny was like, yeah. Tank's in there. He's cracking. I was like, I told you he was going to be some respect out of Sean mouth. And after that fight or whatever, after that sparring session, every time Sean talked about Tank, it was nothing but fucking respect. That is not the way he was talking about Tank before that. Tank beat some respect out of Sean Porter's mouth in that damn sparring session. That's what happened. After that, when he seen how he did his son, he was like, yo, I need to go to training camp with Tank, man. This shit crazy. He went to training camp with Tank and came back and was like, yo, he's an ultra athlete. Like he'll walk up to the ring and do a backflip over the top ropes. Like, it's just crazy. Those are his words, not mine. It's things that we said that we haven't seen that Tank can do, man. Tank got a bag. Keyshawn Davis said the only person that can beat Sabrina Matias is Gervonta Tank Davis. That's what he just said. That's what he just said. Salute to you, Cuzzo. What's good with you, Queen? Miss Just Do is in the house. What is good with you? Talking about him right now. It's my last topic. I'm gonna say something about this fight, and we're gonna get on up out of him. Get up out of him. And Tank sparred too. I don't think they did. I don't think they sparred. They probably did, though. I don't know. Tank sparred. I mean, Tank showed me he can get you out of there, literally. Boxers in the game listen to how they talk Tank, and Boots get mad. Respect, guys, other than YouTubers don't talk about Haney. Like, that's facts. That's a fact.
Do you think Tank will end up fighting Devin
That's a
Haney at
fact.
140 pounds, man? Or you think that fight just won't happen?
Man, I don't know what Tank got going on. Don't nobody know what Tank got going on.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, it's kind of like yourself, man. Like when people are calling you out, like Kid Austin is calling you out. Andy Cruz always has something to say about you. You're always responding, and you're always just like, look, man, we can make the fight happen tomorrow if you want to. Tank has been talking as well, but it doesn't really seem like there's been like a lot of movement in terms of like the fight actually happening. So like, could you see it happening at 140 pounds, or do you think it's fair for Tank to bring Devin back down to 35 since Devin is kind of a bigger guy?
Man, I don't know. They're gonna figure it out. I don't really care about that shit like that.
You know what? I do remember they did spar. It's when Keyshawn was skinny. He was little. Keyshawn was little at that time. Looked like Keyshawn was 3 inches shorter when they sparred each other. And he was bony. He was skinny as a mug. He don't look the same that he does now. I do remember they did spar.
I just feel like that 140 division, people gonna be dancing around with Matisse, whatever his name is, Fabriel. Like, people gonna be dancing around that belt. Niggas not gonna be wanting to become undisputed like they really wanted to before. But I could be wrong, man. I could be wrong. Maybe somebody get in the ring with him.
Could you see yourself moving up to 140 pounds fairly soon, or you're like?
He's basically gonna say he got a lot of fights. Damn, man, yo, the commercials, the ads, son, on this. The ads be popping up, man.
I don't know. I be debating back and forth with that shit.
I mean, you want to fight damn near everybody. But Andy Cruz, man, obviously you two guys have 27, but is he the guy, like, in terms of he's going to be my biggest fight at 135 pounds? Man, he's my biggest challenge.
He don't know. He said he don't know. I'm fast forwarding a little bit.
Look at
that shit moving super fast, man. Do you think like that?
Nah, part of me just sit back and say, you gotta show the world how great you are. That's the only thing I say. Like, that's why I put myself in like my own category, because ain't nobody really moving like me. Fresh out the Olympics, 9-0, fighting Jose Pedraza, back to the main event, going back home. Like, ain't nobody really moving like me, honestly. And I just feel like I've done a lot of talking that watered down my accomplishments. So I might just start like just showing people like I'm not to be fucked with.
So I guess you kind of feel like everybody knows you're great, but when you just keep talking, it's just like people kind of like downplay you a little bit.
Yeah, because it's respect. It's respected, because I feel like people are just like, all right, bro, you doing too much, man. You still out here fighting bullshit opponents. You're supposed to do that, and you doing all this talking, fight this, fight that. And I was the person that was saying, well, I'm only 6-0. Y'all want to fight these dudes already? Look what I'm doing now. Rather than just, knocking these dudes out and just let the fans take it for what they want to take it for. You know what I'm saying? So, but right now I'm at a point where I'm going to just let the fans be the fans, and I'm going to be the fighter. And that's all I'm about right now.
Shout out to him for learning what's going on. Shout out to him for that. Yep. That was the problem. Yep. You're right, Keyshawn. That's the problem, and that's how to fix it. Stop talking so damn much. That is exactly how you fix it. Because in my damn opinion, you can't say that you only 6-0, 7-0, 8-0, 9-0, and an excuse on why you're not fighting a fighter with 20-some, 30-some fights. To be honest, you already fought about 4 motherfuckers with 20-some, 30-some fights. So you can't use that excuse because you already got the motherfuckers on your record. Like, real talk. Everybody he fought, like, bruh, when you look at Keyshawn's resume, he fought people that got 20-some, 30-some fights, bro. So you can't keep saying you only got you already fought people with a lot of fights. So you can't say I'm only 7-0. So, like, that's why people didn't like that. And that's why people were shunning away from him. And I'm glad he understands that. And he said he's going to stop. He's going to let the fans be the fans and the fighter and him be the fighter. Shout out to him for coming to that realization and being cool and understanding and being all right with changing the shit. Because now people will be free to be fans and say whatever they want. He could just knock people out. That's what you're supposed to do. You can talk your shit, but he know where he went wrong. And that's what's up.
Gotcha. I don't think it's official, but I believe, I'm like 99% sure that Lomachenko is going to be fighting Kambosos for the IBF title in like Australia or something like that.
Yeah.
Who do you think?
You said he's styles.
I would love to fight Lomachenko at the end.
There's been probably like a few, not a whole world going over. They can't deny me.
Once I stopped Pedraza at 9-0, people forgetting Tank fought him when he was 20-something and 0.
Yeah.
Tank fought Pedraza when he was 20-something and 0. Arnold Barboza was like 20-something and 0.
Fact check. That's not true. Let's hear him say it again.
Once I stopped Pedraza at 9-0, people forgetting Tank fought him when he was 20-something and 0.
Yeah.
Tank fought Pedraza when he was 20-something and 0. Arnold Barboza.
That is not true. I can pull it up, but I can tell you Tank had 16 fights. When he fought Pedraza, Tank had 16 fights. He was 16-0. Do you hear me? He did not have 20-some fights. He made that up. Nobody ever said that shit. He made it up just because it sounded good. I don't think he had a mix-up or nothing. He said it because it sounded good, bro. He might as well say Tank was 22. But, I mean, isn't he in his 20s? You could have said that, but I'm just saying. This is Gervonta Davis right here. He fought him right here in 2017. That's when they fought each other, right here. Pedraza was 22-0. You see that? 2017? Hold up. My bad. How do I even do this shit? Is this how you do it? Yeah, there it is. There it is right there. Okay? 2017, Jose Pedraza. Jose Pedraza was 22-0. Didn't have a loss on his record. All right. Let's go to Pedraza. This is how you find out what somebody record was. This is how you do it right here. Here's Gervonta Davis. Right here, 2017, Gervonta Davis. What does it say? What's that say? That's a 16-0. A lot of fighters have their first title fight around 15 and 16 fights. A lot of fighters had their first title fight around 15, 16 fights. Tank fought him 7 years ago. Keyshawn is basically 10-0 right now. She's fighting him 5 fights earlier. Basically, this is his 11th fight. Okay, he's fighting Pedraza's 11th fight. Tank fought him his 17th. So it's 6 fights or whatever. He wasn't 22-0. Tank was the only person to stop Pedraza. But I can go back. Tank was the only one to stop Pedraza. Out of everybody that's on his record, he only has 1 KO loss. That's all he has out of 5 losses. The man has fought good names, though. But you see all of them green? They wins. They dubs. His first loss was Gervonta Davis, and Gervonta Davis dropped him in the 7th and stopped him in the 7th. After that, the man, I believe, moved up in weight. And then he fought for the WBO Latino lightweight title, and then he got the WBO World Lightweight title at 135 pounds off Beltran. Same thing that Bud did, right? Didn't he get it off Beltran or whatever when he moved up? Maybe not. Is that right? But he beat Beltran for the title. Like he wasn't washed after he got stopped by Tank. And then he fought Lomachenko. And I don't know if you know, Lomachenko, and that's the only other person that dropped Pedraza was Lomachenko. I don't know if y'all remember, but he had Lomachenko face looking messed up, yo. So I'm gonna give Keyshawn credit for this win, but I'm just hoping that Pedraza is ready for this fight. Because if Pedraza not ready for this fight and he coming here laying down and shit, it's gonna suck. Because I'm not gonna want to give Keyshawn full credit for somebody that just went in there to lay down. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he go in that joint to fight and we can get it. What up though? Salute to you, J.A. Dixon. What is good with you? Tank beat the brakes off Pedraza. That was a very good fight. I was so salty it took them so long to put it on YouTube. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? And then when he put it on YouTube, bro, that shit was at 1 million views in a month. Tank just different, man. That fight was entertaining, though. He was big up in himself. That's all. Oh, that's what he was doing? Fight number 17 for Tank. Yup. Pedraza is old as fuck and coming down in weight. Yes. That's why he probably feels so adamant that he gonna stop Pedraza. You know what I'm saying? When I stop him, he said, "Yo, people fronting on his power."
I don't know if Barboza was like 20 something and 0. Everybody that fought this man was 20, 30, 20 and 0.
Only one person, just Barboza.
I'm just 9 and 0.
See?
When I stop Pedraza.
Back to 9 and 0.
Pedraza. There's no denying it.
Yeah, no, I had to take a quick look myself, and yeah, this is gonna be Pedraza's 36th fight. So
that's right.
How
come you ain't take a quick look at Tank? And bro, you know that wasn't no Tank 20-some fight, bro.
Exactly 4 times as many fights as you have on the professional level, which is pretty crazy. But to stop
Tank got 29 fights, but he fought Pedraza in 20-some fights 7 years ago. It doesn't even make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. 29 fights.
When you look at it, like,
he said my cousin. He said Tank's his cousin because they got the same last name and they laugh.
But it's something where you just like, I gotta get the win no matter what. But boy, I gotta stop this dude.
Yeah,
for sure. That's how I'm looking at it. Honestly, I go into every fight thinking that way. If you go back and look at my fights, every fight that I fought, I hurt my guys. If I ain't stop them, they got hurt.
That's a fact. If you didn't stop them, they got hurt. This is they had a split interview, or maybe they got more parts to it. I just wanted to play the beginning part of this because he got a little angry, got a little pissed off in this interview. I just want to play the beginning of it. We pretty much done.
Entertaining, but what did you think about Shakur versus De Los Santos?
Shakur versus De Los Santos.
I just be knowing the insides and stuff like that. Shakur did what he had to do to get the win. You know what I'm saying? And, I feel like shoot. It was boring. Yeah, it was slow pace. Yeah, Shakur could have did more.
Could have did.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, that man won.
He won.
That man is how old is Shakur? 27.
26.
People gonna forget about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna forget about it soon. Shakur beats my ass his next fight. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like the fact that this is what I don't like about the sport. Mm-hmm. In every other sport, people get uplifted. Even in UFC, like, you can have a bad performance, good performance. The UFC is not coming down on that one fighter saying, "Oh, you ass." Your numbers dropped. You this, that, and the third. We're the only sport that talks bad on other fighters, and it brings less attention to the sport. the shit makes no sense and it pisses me off. And it really pissed me off with Shakur because I seen it for he's a nigga that's at the top. Soon as he had one fuck up, the whole boxing world is coming down on this man off one fuck up. So it was like, damn, y'all was just waiting for that one fuck up, huh? Like, and it wasn't like he got dropped. It wasn't like it was a close decision. The fight was just boring. And y'all saying like, all this shit about those, like, I don't like that about the sport. Because that waters down the sport. That makes people leave the sport. That shit is not good for the sport. Like, that shit is corny as whack. I don't fuck with that. I don't know. I don't like that when somebody have a bad performance, the whole entire world, boxing world, is talk about that one bad performance. Like, we the only sport that does that shit, and that shit is whack. It's whack.
You are 100% right. You just are, man. You're right.
All right, okay. What I wanted to say was people do that because it's different in boxing and in the MMA because, believe it or not, MMA fighters are more humble than boxers. That's right, I said it. Boxers talk shit upon shit upon shit. It might seem like MMA fighters talk shit upon shit, but they be respectful to their opponent all the time. It be racist people in MMA, and they say and do certain things, or they might have beef and squabbles might happen before or whatever, before the fight. But the talking and the people do this in boxing because people like Shakur talk like they're the best motherfucking fighter out here. Do y'all remember the things that Shakur said out of his mouth? That's why people talk about him the way they do, bro. You can't be born and talk the way he talks. That's why they said. There's really not that many people in MMA that talk like that, bro. There's nobody in MMA like, bro, I'll knock everybody out in the first round and shit. They don't got the rollies. They don't got the TOs. They don't got the buds. They don't got those personalities over there. So it's more respectable over there. And then you got these people in boxing that straight up dick riders. The N-word is what they are, because the definition of that is being ignorant, and the root word of being ignorant is to ignore, and that's all motherfuckers do on boxing on YouTube is ignore facts, ignore the truth, just to talk, it's real trolls that actually log in, spend money and all that shit on boxing. They ain't over there. They ain't trolls in MMA doing all of that shit. And it's a lot to do with personalities in boxing. And another thing is, it's a lot of people that's in boxing that's young, and they speak young, and they think they're right. And it don't stop, like Tio. Those same fighters that's in the MMA in the same age, they grew up country, penniless, poor. And the ones that didn't, they over there making pennies of the dollar, fighting with their whole body. Y'all are boxers fighting with gloves on, making millions. That's the difference. Y'all are babyfied in boxing. I agree. I don't like it either. When I started talking boxing, I did not know that I was going to be bombarded with shit, or else I would have did it differently. When I started my boxing channel, I didn't sit in chats and fill out and know that people are ignorant as fuck on YouTube. I didn't know none of that. When I made my boxing channel, I thought that I could just talk boxing. I didn't see no girl talking it. So I'm like, hell, girls always intimidated by me. If I make a channel, hey, at least I can be over here and live, and I won't step on nobody's toes. Little did I know, once I started talking boxing, I got racist people in my channel. I got racist people in my comment section. I got people that hate women in my I didn't know. And I'm not that type of person. And personally, I'm not a good talker. I can talk boxing because I wanted to box, but I'm not a good talker. When I get upset, I'm a swinger and I don't mean sex. You understand me? When I get upset, somebody say, personally, this is why I like slapping people. This is why I said I'll slap somebody, but a man or woman, I'm going to slap the shit out you. You understand me? Like, I'm not the type that you can walk to and say some shit. So when people did that to me online, I didn't know how to take it. It just, anger came out of me. Like I said, I'm not a good talker when I'm upset. So my channel got turned into tit for tat because people lived their life to come and anger me on a daily basis when I was doing YouTube. Back then in 2017. That's why I made videos sound, and my videos sound totally different than I do now. I got over the bullshit. I had to realize that it's people out here, honestly, not having a life and just think about how they can fuck with you all day, every day. I didn't know that people was like that. Like, I know that now. Boxing don't bother me. It's disappointing, but boxing don't bother me. But when you got people out here saying, man, I thought I was the best in the world, man. And when I seen, he admitted, he said, I seen Terrence Crawford, I knew it. Like, I'm not right. So I walked up to him thinking I'm going to beat him, saying he whooped my ass and all this. Like, bro, like, I remember everything he said. He ain't the type of fighter that's supposed to be fighting Bourne. I understand now that he was injured. And like I said, they shouldn't even allow, when a fighter's injured, don't allow him to fight then, period. And maybe we won't have this conversation. Maybe people won't look at you like this and like that. And maybe people won't say your stock drop. But you got a lot of people in boxing that point at fighters that did nothing wrong, that have great resumes, that are great fighters. And they say, well, they don't got a chin. They don't got a lot of knockouts. They find anything to be negative to or about a fighter. They find something to talk about in a bad way. That's what they do. They find something to talk about. And then you got the people that over here that's a diehard fan and a fighter like, bro, that's stupid. That doesn't matter. And he's this and he's that. And then you get back and forth arguing with this person that's really not talking nothing factual about boxing. He's not even a boxing fan. You can tell by what he's saying. You all caught up with a troll. That's when the tit for tat starts happening. Now every time you see that person, you know that they're gonna say something to you. You're gonna say something back to them, and now all the bullshit. If that shit never happened to me, everybody would know, like, bro, I'm here to talk about boxing peacefully. Fuck all the other bullshit. But if people if fighters want to sit and talk like they're the best ever and nobody can see me and all, you know what I mean? And we believe you, that's what you wanted. You wanted us to believe you, and we believe you, dog. So when we see you fight like that, you're going to get some scrutiny. That's what's going to happen. And there are times that happens in the MMA. Like the guy, what was his name? Something Page or whatever. And all he did was showboat and stuff. And they got knocked out during the showboating. That happens in MMA. And they get the same things that's been said about Shakur said about them. That's when it happens. When you talk like you can never do wrong, nobody can ever do shit to you. Some people, when something does happen, they're going to rub it in. It's called life. Yes, MVP. Michael Venom Page. How does he know what I'm talking about? Must be speaking the truth. When them fighters like him that talk a lot, there's not a lot of Michael Venom Pages in the MMA, but there's a lot of those in boxing. Talking shit to the fullest. Get inside the ring and you want to dance and punch and all this other shit. When he got knocked out playing around, he got scrutiny worse than Shakur did. Because he didn't lose. Shakur won that fight. But I'm just saying, I'm just making a point. I'm just talking about what he just was talking about. And I agree with him. But I'm saying this is the reason why. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same thing of when Tevin Farmer was saying his defense is better than Floyd. Do you know how many people rubbed it in when he lost to JoJo? That's called life. You don't even have to be a professional athlete for that to happen to you in life. If you put all of your eggs in one basket and say, this is this, when you wrong, it's going to be somebody to say, hey, told you. That's called life. You understand what I'm saying? And it's a lot of things that Shakur say that he don't give a fuck if it ruffles anybody's fucking feathers. He's adamant that he don't give a fuck that he ruffle any feathers. But you see friends of his mad that people are ruffling his. Let's just keep it 100. He didn't give a fuck about how fans felt about how he was going to fight before he fought, and he knew he was injured. He should, hopefully, next time Shakur will take a better approach. Don't say you don't care about what the fans think because you know you're not going to be able to perform to your best ability because the only people know, because the fans don't know you're injured. You shouldn't have said that. You should have been like, look, this is a fight. You should have been neutral or just ignored the question. You've done that. A lot of people's done that before. Should have been like, look, we here to fight. We're going to have a great fight, man. They would have moved on. They would have asked you another question. You didn't have to spend time on that question. You started cursing. I don't give a damn. I don't care what the fans think. I can't give y'all. I don't give a. You did all of that. You made us not give a fuck about your feelings, and you admitted after the fight that we shouldn't give you no respect for the fight, no credit for the fight. Like, bruh, it's just different. You understand? It's different. It's different. Personalities is what makes somebody feel sorry for you. If your personality ain't shit, then when shit happened to you, people gonna rub that shit in. That's called life. That's just real shit. That shit is called life, bruh. You keep saying one thing, once you, and people be like, come on, bro, it's not like that. And you be hey, man, look, I'm about to say something that hurt, that to make y'all mad. And you say it with a smile on your face, you don't give a fuck. So when people give you scrutiny, take it. I thought you keep the same energy you just had. Like, that's how I rock. But I'm gonna play the rest of this joint because he said a lot of stuff, especially even after this. Like I said, I do agree with it, but that's the reason why. People ain't humble in the sport. To be 100, if he never talked like that and he spoke like Jose Ramirez and he was always nice, nobody would have gave a fuck that he had a bad performance. Nobody would give a fuck that anybody have a bad performance besides probably Tank. If you always was nice to your opponents, if you always talk like Ramirez was. Respect the fight. That's why Regis was like, man, he's such a nice guy. It's like, man, he don't never talk shit about no. Yeah, and when he has a bad fight, nobody has anything to say. But if he was sitting there saying that he's the best, like, bro, it's just sometimes it ruffles people's feathers. Just is what it is.
You just are, man. You're right. It's fans, it's media.
Like niggas is fanned out, like. Even the commentators nowadays is fanned out, dick riding, fucking not keeping it real. I watched my last fight against Nair Albright. Why is y'all dick riding me like that? Talk about what.
And shout out to him for that. He said, y'all are dick riding me too much in my own fight. Listen to him. I agree. Like a motherfucker, right. Listen.
Fucking not keeping it real. I watched my last fight against Nair Albright. Why is y'all dick riding me like that? Talk about what that man, how that man hit me with that good punch, and talk about how you try to come back, get back on my ass. Like make it look, at least talk about it being competitive. Y'all making this shit so biased nowadays. The boxing world is garbage. Well, the boxing world really started to be garbage because now you got the commentators on television being biased. I ain't never hear about no shit like that. I miss the Roy Jones era when they was commentating, when they was actually keeping shit real. Nowadays, you got the Zone saying anything out their motherfucking mouth. The Zone commentators saying anything out their mouth. They be saying motherfuckers ain't jabbing when motherfuckers do like 13 jabs around. Showtime going, so we don't know what's going on with that. And ESPN commentating be fucking biased. And I'm gonna just be straight up honest. Just like they want to be honest. When we have our performances, y'all are fucking biased and y'all need to switch how y'all be. Come on, bro, straight like that. Y'all want to criticize us? I'm gonna criticize y'all. Y'all commentators need to stop being fucking biased. Also,
he mad for
interview
real.
motherfuckers need to stop being biased too. That's why I ain't want to do. That's why I ain't really want to do interviews. Like my motherfucking manager maybe start doing interviews to promote this fight. Truth be told, but I won't really fuck with.
What's good, Cuzzo? Just doing the building. What's good with you?
Personally, But I gotta say y'all because you an interviewer. But y'all, the boxing world is just full of biased people and dick riders, and I do not fuck with that shit.
I mean, at all. It's a fair.
Yo,
thing
he
to
went
say.
off.
I can't even sit here and lie.
Real
It's
shit
a fair
though.
thing to say. But let me ask you this. Let me know.
Yep, because they claim that's because Silva was, and I loved Anderson Silva. You feel me? When he got his leg broke, bro, I stopped watching boxing for MMA for like 2 years. No pushing. I wasn't hurt, but he was like the main reason on why I watched UFC was Silva, bro. Man, I was showboating and playing around with that thick arm white boy, bruh. Got knocked out and shit. I was like, bruh. And they roasted his ass. When you act like you the shit, you get roasted when you lose. It just happens, man. It's life. People are like that. Commentators always biased. Yeah, it's a fact. That's the realest shit any boxer said right about his own fight. Right. I was like, yo, Keyshawn interviewed this shit. Ain't nobody talking about this though. Like, what's up? This interview shit.
With everybody, or when you saying like fans and media members and whatever, like let's just focus on the Nahir Albright fight, whatever. Like, sure. Now, when we kind of look at that fight, I think that you would agree that a lot of people said that Keyshawn is 8-0, 9-0 at the time or whatever.
I think that was all I really wanted. Yeah, I think it was not. It's more a lot of his interview, but that's all I really wanted to talk about is the two things that he said in the beginning about how fans treat fighters and about how the commentators are and shit. Yo, Keyshawn, it's been like that for years, bro. You heard it in your fight because it's your fight, and I'm glad you seen the truth, but it's been like that for years, man. Them commentators been biased. Bone Jones, only dude I watch him. Yeah, I like him, but it's something he did I really wasn't fond of, but I don't really remember. All right, that's all I really got, though. Yo, I want to talk about this fight before I get on up out of here. Caleb Smith versus Arthur Beterbiev. Okay, I got Beterbiev. Caleb Smith is a tall, rangy fighter. He's a good fighter. He's a UK fighter, though. I believe I watched his. I don't think it was his last fight. Maybe it was, or the fight before that where he knocked out the dude. It was a good fight, but he had beef with that dude, and he was smaller than him. So that's different. I think as far as this fight goes, though, Better BF has been dropped, but it was a flash knockdown. He hasn't really been visually hurt and stumbling around the ring ever in his career. Caleb Smith lost to Canelo, so he knows how to lose. You know what I'm saying? And I believe if Better BF gets the punches, the combinations that he want on him, he's probably gonna remember how to lose again tonight. I think punches hurt, and I think that's going to be the reason why his game plan doesn't work. The fact that I also heard that the ring was medium, was small as a bitch. And if that's the case, then it's not going to be that much moving that Smith is going to be able to do. So I'm going to go with Beterbiev for the knockout, 10 or less rounds. And as far as him, I believe he tested and he had testosterone or whatever. A lot of people saying that he's dirty or whatever. And somebody came out and, bro, I forgot exactly what was said. I think I have a picture, but they broke down. They broke down what it was. Here it is. Michael Benson wrote, Arthur Beterbiev had an atypical finding for raised levels of HGH and testosterone, metabolic 5D, whatever that word is, in a December 6th Vita Drugs test ahead of his fight versus Caleb Smith on Saturday. However, both substances occur naturally in the body, and an atypical finding is not a violation like an adverse finding, which is a positive test. So the fight is set to go ahead because follow-up tests requested by VADA were all negative. That is why the fight is happening. That's why it's continuously going on. And after reading this, bruh, they basically said that they found something that was different in his system, but it's not illegal because your body can come up with that. To be honest, man, people's bodies do different shit, man. And if your body automatically comes up with both of these, it is very possible that his spiked at one point in time. So I don't think he's cheating. Human growth hormones. Okay, HGH. That's what HGH stands for. Bet. Yeah, Kate, I'm about to get crushed. Bet, Okello. I believe that. ESPN guys just said Haney moving to 147. They talked to his team. If he need to fight Boots. Yep. Don't be a little hoe about the situation, because I'll say it again. If Gervonta Davis had a 71-inch reach like Devin and was 5'10" like Devin, he probably would have already fought. He probably would have been at 147, number one. He would already terrorize shit. And they probably would have already fought. Boots and him would have already fought. To be 100, it's like nobody would be saying, oh, don't talk about Tank versus Boots. Let him fight. Barrios first. Nobody would be saying that shit. Well, let's go. They said Callum Smith released that info. Better BF about to beat him into submission. Damn, and 3 or less. That's serious shit right there. Eddie gonna get Smith hurt, right? Why would you try to make Better BF mad, bro? Well, it is what it is, I guess, man. But after seeing that, I mean, they know the rules better than we do. I won't call Better BF a cheater. You know what I'm saying? He can stay on my intro of my lives. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, Kettle Nectar. I see you in the Cash App. Definitely appreciate you, man. We're gonna get on up out here though, man. Definitely gonna get on up out here. Definitely appreciate you, Kello. We're gonna get on up out of here and watch the rest of these fights. I'm hungry. You understand? I'm hungry. But salute to everybody that came in the building, bro. Like I said, I'm gonna try to not miss no shows, even if it's short. I'm gonna try to be in here every Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come back and holler at your girl. Hit that like button, share the video, tell everybody what's up. First Lady be kicking it.